let's get things going. Hello everyone, welcome back to not Phoenix, right? This is not a Phoenix Wright game. This is a Miles Edgeworth game. This is Ace Attorney Investigations 2. What am I saying? This isn't Phoenix Wright. Anyways. So yeah, we are back with Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Gambit, and it is time for Case 4. We are on the latter half of the game, so this should be very interesting. I've enjoyed like the cases up to this point. Case 3 was pretty good. Last case was like really good. I loved it a lot. Got to play as Gregory Edgeworth. I haven't noticed yet what is going on. Okay, that's just I've already done that now. That's fine. All right, so this is gonna be case 4, the Forsaken Turnabout. I've said before from the start when I started the first game. This is not a blind playthrough. I know the major story hits. I don't know everything that happens in between though. So this should be very interesting to see how it goes, and let's check it out. The Forsaken Turnabout. I hereby call this meeting to order. I don't know who that is. Oh, it's this. The committee is gathered here in sight of the goddess to pass fair and frank judgment. Edgeworth, the purpose of this hearing is to assess the professional competency of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Are you okay? Oh. Why are you wearing that raincoat? Oh, that's a cool clock. No! Oh no! Huh. Well, that's not good. Okay. April 5th, 1:23 p.m. High Prosecutor's Office. Oh, we are getting really close to the day Phoenix Wright gets disbarred. We're getting dangerously close. Will you please stop pacing, detective? You're kicking up dust. But I swept the floor 3 times already. How's that dust here? Then sweep it a 4th. They're gonna take your badge, Mr. Edgeworth. How can you just stand there cool as a cucumber? We don't know for certain that they will. Well, it sure seems like they mean to. Judge Gambit pretty much spelled it out. Truly, you're proving to be quite a threat to the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence. As such, you give me little choice but to report back on your continued transgressions. No doubt you'll be called to appear before the committee in due course. She said that I would be called to appear before the committee, nothing more. Well, I don't care. I won't stand for it. What if we never got to work together again? I'd have thought you would welcome the prospect, detective. After all, it would mean you could work with someone less problematic. Don't say that, sir. I've never heard of anyone except that stupid committee say you're problematic. You're not just looking for an excuse, are you? To become a defense attorney, I mean. Because I won't let you. You're Prosecutor's Miles Edgeworth. Prosecutor, you hear? To become a defense attorney, huh? The circumstances of my father's death set me on a path to becoming a prosecutor. But only been interested in the law to begin with thanks to my father as well. And his work as a defense attorney. Are you going to keep finding ground as a prosecutor, or help people as an attorney? Something tells me you got a big decision ahead of you. Only one you can answer. Are you listening, Mr. Edgeworth? I said I won't let you do this. Really, detective, there's no need to be so dramatic. Who knows? The next prosecutor you work with might be a little more lenient with your salary assessments. Really? So, no more instant noodles? I mean, no! What are you saying, sir? I don't get my ear that stuff. $50 is all I need. But you thought about it, didn't you? If only for a moment. We're busy in here. Come back later. What's the nurse doing here for? Hey there, is the prosecutor in? Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth? Look, pal, what part of we're busy don't you get? Wait outside and I'll be with you in a bit. Oh, that's not good. Your face is white as a tomato. Red face, good teeth. Let's see.
I said we're busy. She's not paying attention at all.
Wait, that's it. Stomach cramps, right? No need to worry. It's nothing an injection can't cure. Now, won't be asleep for me. It won't hurt much.
Yeah, no thanks, pal. I'm healthy as can be.
And who might you be? Oh, sorry. I totally forgot to introduce myself. The name's Needler. Florence Needler. Needler.
Florence Needler.
I'm a nurse at Hertz Hospital. Well, nobody here is hurt, so... Are you sure you have the right room? Yeah, you're Prosecutor Edgeworth, right? Wow, there's some deep furrows in your brow. Are you feeling alright? Suffering from a severe headache? I could give you an injection that'll... I'll be fine, thank you. Could you please just tell us what you're doing here? Oh, sure. Well, it's like this. I brought somebody to see you. Right there. I'll go grab her. Wait! Well, this is unusual.
Too late. I wonder who she brought along. If she's from a hospital, maybe it's a patient. Something you could cut down to size your trademark Rapio with.
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
See, that right there, sir. When you clear a bee like that, I lose the will to live. You don't want to send me to the hospital, do you?
Surely he's exaggerating. After all, that's the look I always give him, and nothing's happened so far.
That looks like it destroys morale, but, you know.
So keep you fellas waiting. Well, thoughts?
Oh, it's Kay.
Thoughts on what? You don't recognize me? There is something about her. Something familiar. She doesn't recognize her right from the start. This had your name on it. So I thought, just maybe.
So you really did put somebody in the hospital?
Don't be ridiculous, detective! Way to go, Edgeworth.
But look, sir, your name's right there on the card. Public Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, plain as day.
Ugh, be that as it may. I'm so sorry. Well, what she's trying to say is she has amnesia.
Amnesia?
Yes, at least that's what they tell me. Her parents must be so worried about her. I bet they've only been getting around 8 hours of sleep each night. You gotta feel for them.
Do I, though? Because that's quite a lot of sleep if you ask me. Wow, tough break, but don't you worry, alright? Since you had his card, that means you really must know Mr. Edgeworth somehow. So just sit back, we'll take him here, right, sir?
At the very least, we might be able to help you figure out your identity. Really? Will you? It's going to come down to what you remember, but yes.
That's Mr. Edgeworth I know. Don't worry, miss, you're as good as healed.
Really can't recognize. Well, to be fair, I guess she doesn't have her normal outfit, and her hair is not up at all, so I guess she does look like a pretty different person. Let's not get carried away here, detective. I'm a prosecutor, remember? Not a miracle worker. Okay, who are you? Where do we even start?
So, do you remember your name, miss?
I'm sorry. She's been like this since she came in yesterday.
So she's only been in the hospital for a day.
No, wait, that's amazing! How'd you figure it out so fast? Ugh. How can one person be so emotionally draining? They found her wandering around late last night and brought her in. I wanted to help out, so I went for her stuff to see what I could find.
And did you find anything apart from my business card?
Nothing with a name or home address. Oh, wait a second. She was wearing this. It was pretty unique design, right?
What?
This pin.
What the heck? Got a grousing pin. Does that mean... But it can't be.
Okay, is that really you? Okay. You got a grousing pin. Data jot down the organizer. Oh, there we go. Now we know. First things first, no badge. Is that for somebody who protects people? Is it a Hero of Justice's pin?
No, it's a prosecutor's badge. I believe you're thinking of an attorney's badge.
I am? But it feels warm somehow. I feel like somebody I know used to have one. Somebody important.
Her father was a prosecutor. I suppose perhaps she's recalling flashes of her childhood. It's you, isn't it, Kay?
I'm Kay.
Come on, Kay, you really don't remember? Look, it's me, Gambit. That's what you always call me.
Gummy? But you're an adult. That's so rude. I don't really call you that, do I? I'm so sorry. I can't believe it. I feel so guilty now.
What the heck happened to you? I never see you so polite.
Being polite and sensitive is just not.
Where's the guy I know? He doesn't like her. Careful, detective.
We wouldn't want her to get we wouldn't want to get the wrong impression. You make it sound as if Kay isn't normally a polite or sensitive soul. Not that he's wrong exactly, but so what kind of person was I before?
Well, first of all, your full name's Kay Faraday. You're bright, fun, full of energy, and oh yeah, you're a great thief.
A great thief? There's a little more to it than that, but yes. Thieves generally steal other people's valuables from their dressers or vaults and... Steal? But that must be so awful. People I took things from. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know I was a criminal. Maybe I lost my memory as some sort of punishment.
No, that's not what I meant at all. I don't think I did him much good, sir.
But it sure explains one thing. Look at these gloves. They're just the kind of person like that would wear.
Hey, that outfit!
This is what she was wearing when they found her. You didn't show us that first, instead of the pin. But we had to get her to change out of it and put on the hospital clothes. So that's why I have them. There's something on this part here. Could it have something to do with how Kay lost her memory?
I'll send the outfit over to forensics later and see what they can figure out.
Please do, detective. Boy, they really are some thiefy clothes, huh? I'm a criminal? You may be a great thief, but you've never committed a crime in your life. Rest assured, you are no criminal. If you say so. Perhaps we better leave it there for now. Yikes. I'm sorry. I wish I could remember who you are. How do we know each other exactly? Well, that is, how do I put it into words?
You're Prosecutor Edgeworth's assistant.
I am? Is our prosecutor the head of some sort of great thief network then?
No, not quite.
We lost Saw Kay 2 days ago. Perhaps we should try to figure out what she's been doing since then. Was the pen the only item on her person when you received her, Nurse Needler? There were a few other things, but I doubt any of it would be much use to you. Maybe show us anyway.
I'll be the judge of that. Could you please show them to us?
Oh, alright then. No particular order. I present.
A jam ninja mask? Was she at a show or something?
A letter, and it's addressed K. Next, a ticket stub. Finally,
a fake flower. The kind people like to spruce up the bathrooms with, too.
It's a corsage, detective, and they're usually worn by women. And that's that. So, anything useful in there?
Kind of hard to tell. Frankly, I'm not really seeing any connection between any of them.
I should take a closer look at each piece later when I have the chance. Jam Ninja Mask, jot down the organizer. Letter data, jot down the organizer. Ticket stub, jotted down the organizer. Magenta flower, jot down the organizer. We got 4 pieces of evidence back to back.
Yeah, this is bad. I have to get Kay's memory back. We can't just let her stay like this forever.
Calm down, detective. I have an idea.
You do? I knew you'd come to the rescue, sir. So, what is it?
We'll look closely at the ticket stub. Oh, it's for the viewing platform at the top of the big building.
The big building?
You know the place? Big building is such an uninspired name. Everybody knows this silly is the hottest dating spot in town. They save a couple holes hands while they're up there, they'll stay together forever. This is yesterday's date, and the ticket is only valid on the day specified.
Plus, it's a stub. That means you used it, right?
I think it's a distinct possibility. Well, shall we go see what we can find?
Now? Just like that?
The only way to figure out how Kay lost her memory is to retrace her steps.
But what about your thing with the committee?
It's not for a little while yet. We have time. Great, so can I leave Kay with you? She's still... are you sure that's a good idea? I mean, she was in the hospital just a while ago. And that would be for the best, but you don't mind, do you, okay? Oh, of course not. Thank you. Alrighty then, back to work I go. If you need anything, feel free to give me a holler at Hertz Hospital, okay? I can come running with Syringe 3, wherever you might happen to be. Yes, thank you. I doubt I would be needing that particular service. And she's gone. Well then, detective, shall we get going? You too, Kay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, of course.
April 5th, Big Building Plaza. So according to this pamphlet, the big building's 50 stories high. All of it's all offices inside, so the viewing platform up top is the only part that's open to the public. Here, this one's for you, sir. They were handing them out for free in the ticket area.
How very kind of you, detective. Pamphlet jotted down the organizer.
Alright, I think it's time we headed inside.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Look out, the big building's about to fall. What? We gotta do something.
No, please, I'm begging you, stop. It's no good. We've got fresh milk. My thoughts are getting through to him.
What's happening here? What's going on with the building?
Just take me down. Okay, come talk to me, kid. Cut. I'm so sorry. We're shooting a movie. So, could you,
Yes. I thought as much.
I think I know who that is right there. Forgive our intrusion. We'll get out of your way. Detective.
Oh, well, sorry. You had me there for a second.
Yeah, whatevs. Hey, director guy, can we take 5? I can't walk under these conditions. I'm so sorry. Sorry. Oh gosh. So they stopped the building from falling down? That's good.
I wish we had time to explain, but maybe later. Come along, you two. Let's make ourselves scarce.
And here we are. April 5th, 2:18 p.m. Big building.
Viewing platform. Whoa, get a load of that view. Feel the sun in your face.
Nah, the wind is very strong up here.
That's okay. You just stand behind me or Mr. Edgeworth here. But we're both more than big enough to keep the breeze away.
Speak for yourself.
Well, okay. Does the place bring back any memories?
I'm not sure. Have I really been here before?
Perhaps simply encouraging her to talk will help. Okay, please. Any thoughts or feelings that come to mind might be a clue we can use.
Alright, I don't know if this will be any help at all, but...
Oh, we're going right into this. Okay. What do I remember?
I still can't be sure if I've ever been here before. It's so high up, and the wind is so strong. It's terrifying. I don't remember. I just don't remember anything. It's no good. I'm so sorry.
Huh. No dice, huh?
I'm sorry. I feel so useless. I know I'm supposed to have all these memories, but I just can't remember.
You have amnesia, Kay. Don't be too hard on yourself. Listen, sir, maybe just this once, try not to be so intimidating, okay? Or at the very least, don't use a trademark glare on her.
Nobody asked for your opinion, detective.
What do I remember? Simply you've been here before. So high up, and the wind is so strong. It's terrifying. Let's hold it. Kay used to love places like this, though.
But, am I really her? I feel dizzy just taking a look around. I don't even think anyone should be allowed up here. What if an old person fell? Or a child? Doesn't bear thinking about.
There's a fence all around us, and it's plenty high. There's really no need to worry.
If you say so.
If nothing is coming to mind, then just take a look around. Do you recognize anything? Anything at all?
Let's see. Ah, cherry blossoms.
Go on.
I was standing under the cherry tree. Yes, I was trying to stay out of the rain. It was raining. I remember now. And there was a red something.
Yeah, so it was raining.
She was underneath the cherry tree, and she saw something red from where she stood. But what? Was it something I said?
No, but you could add that to your testimony. We can explore it further.
What's a testimony? Oh, gosh.
Right, amnesia. Something red. I'm not sure if, I mean, this is red, but I'm not sure that's the answer. Let me press this last one here. It doesn't have to be related to how you lost your memory, but if anything floats up at all, just say it.
Really? Well, let's see. Oh, the cotton candy from that stand there. I don't know why, but it just came to me. If you're hungry, you only have to say.
You want cotton candy? You got it. My treat.
Thank you. It would make my day. I have to get something out of her somehow. Maybe if I pressed her a little, I can shake something loose. Okay, well, I did get... Hang on. I did get this, so I'll press it again. This something red. Can you tell me any more about it? I'm not sure. It was just a red thing. That's all I can say. What can we see in it? What can we see nearby that's red? Was it the concession stand over there, perhaps? A stand? Red concession stand? Oh, yes, I think that was it. Somebody was walking toward me from beyond it. And then what happened? Then, I'm sorry. That's alright, if you could just add what you've told us to your testimony. But there was someone walking toward me from beyond the concession stand. Okay, I think that will be what we need. So, if I had to get... So, wager guess, probably... I have never checked this one out. Oh. Yeah, no, that's probably it. This probably is it. There's barely any space behind that stand. You say you saw someone over there beyond the stand, and that they were walking towards you. Yes, I can see them getting closer. Are you sure it wasn't a ghost? No, it was a person, I'm sure of it. But from where you were standing, anyone you saw on the other side of the concession stand would have been floating in midair, hundreds of feet above the ground. So how on earth could you have seen it could have been a person? Yeah. I'm not lying, I promise. Somebody read the stand, somebody read, and they were on the other side. Oh, I don't like this sprite. Oh no. I don't like this sprite. Getting closer and closer, and then they, oh God.
Okay, what's the matter? You're alright, we're here. Whatever it is, I can't hurt you.
I was pushed and I fell by a person, a red raincoat. A person in a red raincoat who could walk on air, and who supposedly pushed her off the building. None of this makes any sense. Not the least of which, nobody can fall from this height and survive. Game's recollection date, John down the organizer. Oh man. Attention everyone, please stay right where you are.
What's wrong, officer? I'm Detective Gumshoe. Mind filling me in?
Yes, sir. A body has been discovered here in this building, sir.
A body?
Whose body exactly? Not sure. We're still working on it. But what we do know is that the victim is a young woman, and that her name is Kay.
What the blazing?
What? Oh, that was a quick segment. Not even 30 minutes in. An incident comes to light. Oh, it's the same person again. So I guess this chamber's in the big building as well, huh? Wait, this room. Officer, isn't this... Yes, sir. This is the trial chamber of the Committee for Prosecutor Excellence.
So it's here now?
I knew that they'd moved out of the prosecutor's building, but I had no idea that they'd come here. Big building pamphlet dated up Dan the organizer. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, and Kay too. How are you all doing? Is Kay feeling any better? Oh, we heard there was some kind of incident. Sorry, but who might this be? Oh, this is my grandma. Hold on one sec. Name's Hilda Hertz, Sonny. And who the heck might you be? It's a pleasure to meet you. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, at your service. Nurse Needler, your grandmother's name, Hertz. Is she... Yep, she is the director of Hertz Hospital. This old forge woman is the head of a hospital. Don't you old fogey me, dang the reprobate. How would she do that?
Oh, sounds like you're kind of a big deal, ma'am.
Oh, that's not true. Not wrong. Not wrong at all. Oh, him? He's the one looking after the girl. The one with the amnesia. It seems Dr. Hertz is a bit of an introvert. Want me to fix those brow furrows on your Sonny? What is everyone having a fixation on McAlaren today?
Oh, there's no fixing those, ma'am. They're downright curable.
What? You sure you want me to say that, Grandma? Well, alright then. Now, I don't got a dang thing more to say to none of y'all. Go about your business, you hear? As long as that business don't involve messing with the deceased's body, I got work to do.
Wait, please,
Not a dang thing, I tell ya.
Hey, you can't just talk to us like that. What gives you the right, huh, pal?
Oh, didn't I mention? Grandma's also a coroner. She's in charge of this case, which means, ouch! Which means exactly that.
What do you mean? Exactly what?
How am I supposed to know? She said it, not me. What are these sprites?
Huh. It's like I'm trapped in a comedy routine I can't escape.
Well, we got a body to be looking at. Catch you later, gang, and take care.
What the heck is their deal?
Doesn't matter, as long as we have permission to investigate.
What does it matter? It matters a bunch, sir.
What will you do now, Mr. Edgeworth? Examine the scene of the crime, of course. What kind of prosecutor would I be if I didn't? Alright, let's get to work. That person over there is called K, right? Surely that means I can't be the K you know?
That's what we're looking to figure out, but don't worry. You're the K we know. I'm certain of it.
Thanks.
A K who lost her memory and a victim who shares her name. Both meeting their respective fates here at the big building. No doubt this case will be the key to restoring our K's memories. I'd stake my life on it.
It's a long name for an investigation start.
Hey, Gumshoe is my partner this time. I guess we'll talk to the officer first. Officer, tell me about the security arrangements for this room.
Yes, sir. You need a special key card to enter, sir, and then you open a door.
Interesting. So not just anybody can enter. In which case, the person who discovered the body would have been...
Yes, sir. Remember the committee. They found him when they arrived for today's hearing.
The hearing. My hearing. Which would be underway... Which would be underway right now if it wasn't for this. Good, I can stall for time.
Probably can't talk to them. I might. An enormous semicircle desk with seating for... There's blood up there. I gotta check that one out. It almost reminds me of a certain legend.
I know the one, sir. The Knights of the, Brown Table, right?
Oh, God.
Whoops, guess it wasn't it. The noobs of the Brown Table, the knives of the Brown Stable.
Further and further from the mark, but I'll refrain from rubbing his nose in it, for now.
I'll correct him eventually.
Hang on. Yes, can I help you with something?
Miles Edgeworth.
You allowed to claim to be my assistant just the other day, Kay. Do you really not remember anything? Does nothing come to mind at all? Oh, maybe I do remember one thing. I remember being on the viewing platform up on the roof.
Yes?
And you were pointing your finger at me.
Go on.
And asked me questions with a scared look in your face. That was only a few minutes ago!
Wow, poor kid. Literally her only memory of you is trying to catch her on inner contradictions, sir. I'd be scared too. Might even just give it up right there and there. Yeah, that'd be the end of me for sure.
If you think that's scary, detective, just you wait.
You willing to lose more? Willing to get a salary less than $50 to Gumshoe?
Okay, notice anything. This is quite the room. The big wooden boxes full of books, the big person carved out of stone, sparkly window.
Seems you've even forgotten the names of some everyday objects. Let me try to jog your memory, Kay. Repeat after me. Bookshelves.
Books, elves,
stained glass, stolen glassware, law books, law breaker, goddess statue, got this snatched too. Is it just me or all mistakes pointing in a certain direction? You must remember Detective Gumshoe, Kay. You and he were very close. Yeah, I don't remind you of anything, even though we just met a month ago in this timeline.
Kind of remind me of, Wait, I do remember something. Well, I guess technically not met a month ago in the time, like 7 years ago, but like, they didn't see each other for a long time since then. I remember Mr. Edgeworth scolding you, and not just once, hundreds of times.
That's no memory, kid. That's just the joy of our day-to-day life together. Isn't that right, Mr. Edgeworth?
joy, is it? I must not be doing a good enough job of reprimanding you, then. I'll just have to try harder next time. Wow, Gumshoe is not gonna have a good day today. Look at the books. Can't be easy reading books that size, lifting them for that matter. And the committee only just moved. Must have been quite the undertaking. All stuff around is kind of my forte. They should have given me a call. Well, if we run into the chairman, I'll be sure to ask if there's more heavy lifting to be done. Yeah, I was joking, sir. I can't be carrying stuff up 50 flights of stairs. I have a real job to do. I was joking too, Detective. But why were you planning on taking the stairs? Bench. Nice, neatly arranged bookshelves stretching far off into the distance. Quite a pleasing sight, don't you think? Sure is. There's not a speck of dust on any of them. Oops. Reminds me of my special method for cleaning your office, sir. Sweep, then vacuum, then wipe it all down twice. Then goes on the floor racks, and then... If only you approached your actual job with the same level of rigor. Oh wait, this is different. There's a lot of books, sir. It's kind of intimidating, if you ask me. Intimidating? What could be more welcoming than a good book, Detective? I guess that depends on the chewing out of my life in the library back in the day for running labs inside it. But this is where a library, is it? So maybe I can jog around a little, work off some anxiety. Don't even think about it. Something tells me if I don't stop him, he might very well start running around. He's gonna do laps around the benches. I just realized the light actually changes depending. Oh my god, that's so cool! I never noticed that. That's actually so cool. That's interesting. Anyways, time for the obvious. The statue. I'm standing in blood. It's the statue of the goddess of justice. You showing out your stuff, sir? So, does she dole out blessings or what? She's not that kind of goddess, Detective. She's a symbol of sanctity of the law. The scales represent justice, the sword, retribution, and the blindfold shows her impartiality. Must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. Obviously, this. There's a pool of blood here at the foot of the statue. Judged by the amount and how it was spread, I'd say this is where the victim was killed. By the bodies on the table behind us, sir. How come? I can only surmise the killer must have moved it for some reason after committing the murder. Oh, that's it. Sorry to intrude. Oh, his friend. Oh, God, Franziska. Who are? Huh? What's that, Grandma? I know that voice anywhere. That's Von Karma's little girl. Oh, so you two know each other? It has been too long, Grandma Hertz. And you as well, my Ellis Edgeworth. What's she doing here? Franziska Von Karma, once again, description about a character we definitely already know. These days she's mainly been working with Interpol, though I thought she was supposed to be abroad. Don't look so surprised. Where my investigations lead, I follow, no matter where in the world that might be. Which means that there must be some kind of international angle to this case, yes? You know full well that I've been pursuing a certain smuggling ring. And that won't last until it's been destroyed, and has got its ill-gotten goods recovered. So the smuggling ring is involved then. That information is to be shared on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. I see she means to be as helpful as ever. Miss Von Karma, was it? Grandma wants to tell you something. I'm about done here. Scene's all yours. In that case, we'd like to examine the body ourselves, too, if you wouldn't mind. I mind plenty. I remember what I heard. Remember where I heard about you now, you dank varmint. Don't need to know soon to be ex-prosecutor messing the place up. Go on, get. Just remember it's not me saying this stuff, okay? Please, Granny, it's important. Who are you calling a granny, little missy? No, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. This is going nowhere. I didn't want to have to do this, but... Franziska, I need you to add us to this investigation. We have to see that body up close, or we'll never learn the truth about what happened to Kay. As in, Kay Faraday. Please, you gotta help us out here. Kay needs us. I don't know what you're up to, but... Very well. Thank you. You won't regret it. Of course, I expect to receive a full explanation when I grill you later. We owe you, sir, big time. I wasn't talking to you, Scruffy. Oh no! Ah! Well, Grandma Hurts really allowed them to examine the body. I ain't about to say no to an international big shot like yourself, hon. But are you sure about this? Yeah, I agree with Grandma. Are you sure? Are you sure you're sure? Of course I'm sure. It's my prerogative to judge the whole world in my name. That's just common sense. Of the extremely arrogant sort, perhaps. Suit yourself, but don't say I didn't warn ya. Well, you heard her. Try not to get fired, okay? Don't worry. It'll take a little long more than this to ruin my reputation should things turn sour. Unlike me, who's on the verge of losing my badge. Beginning the second investigation. I guess we'll talk to Franziska first now. Yes, what is it? A murder in the trial chamber of the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence. This is serious. I did the favor of allowing you to investigate further. I'll be expecting results. And you'll get them. Would I still be here if I didn't think I could deliver? Come to think of it, why were you here in the first place? So she doesn't know I was somebody for the committee.
That's a long story. Longer than the nighttime, and deeper than the sea. How about we stay Mr. Edgeworth the trouble and I'll tell you myself?
On second thought, I don't care why you're here. What's important is that we solve the case in front of us. Agreed?
Wholeheartedly. Wait, but you were the one who asked us in the first place, sir!
What's that saying again? We'll first think later.
But can't you make it the other way just for me?
Gumshoe is the only person getting hit the whole time. I feel so bad for him. What are you doing here, Franziska? I thought you were working abroad or on something with Interpol. Wouldn't you like to know? But that's top secret, and I have neither need nor the obligation to tell you. I thought you'd say as much. Anyway, never mind that. Where's the prosecutor in charge of this case? Not that I know who's been assigned, but I was hoping they'd take care of the legwork for me. Yes, they haven't even bothered to show up. What in the world could they be doing?
Ouch! I'm not the prosecutor's keeper, sir!
It's hardly fair to whip people who don't deserve it, Franziska. What use of the whip if I don't use it, And who better to use it on anybody who isn't giving 110%? You may not know who's been assigned yet either, but I feel 100% 10 for them. By 100% 10 feel for them already. You and Dr. Hertz. I couldn't help but notice that you seem to be acquainted with Dr. Hertz. Have I stood to you, Miles Edgeworth? Yes, I know her. Once upon a time we... Never mind. She doesn't seem keen to talk about it. Perhaps I better leave it for now.
What happened, sir? What happened once upon a time? You can't not tell us now. Yeah!
Only a foolish fool foolishly flies into another person's business. Now hold your tongue, Scrubby. You'll get more than a tongue lashing.
It's a bit late for that.
Spare the whip, spoil the child. Whip in time saves a night. Did you go to school, you whipless wonder?
Yeah.
Yes, it seems that leaving it alone. Was the right choice after all. Would not want to end up on the wrong end of that whip. So whatever I present the badge. I'd like to take a look at this, Franziska. Fine, what am I looking at? My prosecutor's badge. And I just wanted to show it to you, that's all. There we go, now Gumshoe's not the only one in pain. Oh, good, so you do still feel pain. What's that supposed to mean? I just wanted to make sure you hadn't foolishly gone and lost all brain function yet. Well, Gumshoe, you're not the only one that got hit anymore.
Well, one thing's for certain, this isn't gay. She doesn't even look like her.
I think we knew that already, Detective. Our case standing right over there, after all. The victim looks to be in her 30s. She's wearing a white suit.
Could she be worked in one of the offices here, or in the?
Could she be worked in what? That's a typo.
Could she be working in one of the offices here in the building?
Perhaps, but for now she remains unidentified. The question is, why did the police seem to think her name was Kay? I must scout the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. Probably this thing I noticed right up here. Is that the Promise Notebook? What? This book?
What the? That's Kay's Promise Notebook. I swear she wrote down all the promises she made to her dad. I haven't seen this in a while.
Indeed. A book of vows made by a child to a father. But what exactly is it doing here?
No, I just remember something Detective Bad told me a few years back. He said something precious to Kay had disappeared from the station.
What?
Evidence was missing from police custody. Detective Bad said he looked for it everywhere, but no dice.
What could this mean? And why did it not appear of all places?
What do we know about this notebook, officer?
The victim was holding it when they found her, sir. It was the only thing they even got a name on at the time. So that's how she became Kay.
Talk about a red herring. Still explain how she ended up with it, though.
If only we had a few more leads on the victim's true identity. Guess probably start with the card in her hand next. Seems she suffered a serious burn on her hand at some point.
Think it has something to do with how she died?
No, this scar's too old for that. I would imagine it happened some time ago. Oop, she's holding something.
Could you open her hand for me? Yes, sir, right away.
What is that?
Why, I know. It's a loyalty card. Probably from a store. See, ouch!
It's a key card.
Ugh. Why, sir? Why?
The question we should be asking is, what does it open? I have a feeling I know. There's something pinned to the jacket here. Oh, a piece of magenta fabric.
Whatever it was, it looks like it was torn off pretty roughly.
Magenta fabric, you say? Could this be related to evidence somehow?
Eureka!
Judging by its appearance, I say that the flower Kay was carrying originally belonged to the victim.
Yeah, now that you mention it, it does look like it's made out of the same fabric.
Indeed. Let's make a close comparison.
The torn edges match up exactly. They got one heck of an eye, sir.
Flower data updating the organizer. If the flower belonged to the victim, this implies a connection between the victim and Kay Faraday. Furthermore, it appears that the flower was torn off with considerable force. Kay Faraday was involved in the incident somehow. Based on what we're seeing here, we may have no choice but to treat her as our main suspect.
What? But there's no way she could have done this. I can't even begin to imagine it. There wasn't a murderous bow in her body.
Nevertheless, we lack the evidence to disprove such an assertion. For the moment, we're simply considering all the possibilities. Is that right, Miles Edgeworth? For better or worse, yes. Or at least Francisco's willing to help us out of it. I guess do this next. It doesn't look as if there's anything in the chest pocket.
Nothing except this hole right here.
But look at how the fabric was torn. I think this was pierced by something sharp.
Can't keep your coins in there now. It'll all fall right out.
Have you never heard of a change purse, detective?
Sure have, sir. There's another word for pocket, right?
I give up. He's just done at this point. He doesn't care anymore.
You think this could be the murder weapon?
A 3-armed candelabra. I thought it was a candelabra. Anyways, the victim suffered the same number of puncture wounds to the chest. Puncture wounds that could well have been made by these spikes.
A candle album?
Not quite, detective. A candelabrum. A candle holder, in other words.
Ah, I gotcha. That reminds me. I forgot to pay my electricity bill once a while back. I'd lived by candlelight for a whole month.
But who does that in this day and age? Candelabra jotting down the organizer. Okay. Cool. So Gumshoe was without electricity for a month. Man, feel bad for him. Anyways, let's see what we got now. The victim's hair is caked with blood. Looks like she was hit with something. Unfortunately, it's too early to say for certain. Perhaps an answer will turn up as you investigate further. I'm probably at that point where I need to start piecing things together in logic. I think... Well, no, I haven't checked these yet, have I? A pure white jacket with deep red stain on its label. This jacket. The buttons are on the wearer's right-hand side.
What's so weird about that? Buttons always go on the right, no?
Not on a woman's clothing. Traditionally, the buttons would be on the left.
Like I always say, sir, you should know your stuff.
This is common knowledge, detective. Huh. I think it seems... Well, I mean, I didn't know that myself, so... Wait, what's this in the pocket?
A pair of gloves, also white.
They don't seem to be soiled in any way. I imagine they must have belonged to the victim. Okay, I think that is everything I'm gonna get from here. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead, and I think it's time to get some lodge. Well, that's all we got, so let's go ahead. Yay! I'd imagine that the victim's key card probably grants access to this room, wouldn't you?
I'm gonna go find out, sir. I'm back. They found some details on that key card in the security system. It's for this room, just like he said.
So the victim was able to enter and exit this chamber freely. Assuming that the keycard actually belonged to her, yes. Indeed. Keycard did a job down the organizer. Hey, investigation complete. That was simple. It seems we're no closer to discovering the identity of our victim. Then, am I really Kay? Can you really be sure?
Of course we're sure. What are you talking about?
Thank you. That person lying there is someone you may have murdered, but that's all we can say for now.
No, there's no way she did it. Isn't that right, sir?
Indeed, I don't believe the Kay we know could have done something like this. You are becoming a real softy, Miles Edgeworth. Well, look who it is again. Ugh, I know that voice. He's back. He's by himself this time. With a winning smile and number one name in the business, it is I, Prosecutor Eustace Winter. Oh, there's Gambit. Please forgive the intrusion. Step away from that body, Edgeworth. I didn't call for you, and I don't need you. This case is mine. It's what the victim would have wanted. You knew the victim. So it really is her. But be not afraid, everyone. The cause of justice will guide us to the truth. She sure will. Now that I'm here, everything is going to be alright. Whoever did this will live to regret it. I'll show them why. Oh no. Miles Edgeworth, who is this imbecile? Why am I getting the death glare? I've got nothing to do with him. Franziska von Karma, I presume. My apologies, I should have introduced myself sooner. Verity Gavel, at your service. And the deceased in this case is Rosie Ringer, attorney at law, and a member of the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence. Rosie Ringer. I really don't know. I really do not know these pun names. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. I see. That would explain the key card. So you're the lead prosecutor. Didn't you know he might have came in? I said it's my case. Yep, which means this case will be solved. Yeah. You didn't tell me your name yet, little boy. If you want to know my name, all you have to do is meow. Stop babbling and telling me now. It's Eustace Winter. I announced that when I came in. Were you listening? I think we've established where the balance of power lies in this particular room. Mr. Guy in charge? Here, this is from Grandma. What's this? Oh, the preliminary findings. Look like it's game over for you, Edgeworth. This isn't a game, Mr. Winter. Alright, that's me done. See ya next, stiff. Yeah, home time. I can murder a bowl of noodles right now. We're out of here, everybody. Stay healthy. And there they go. Did you just like glitch off screen there? Let's see. So the wound on her head is from when she fell over and after she died. Eustace. It was the candle holder that killed her, huh? And she died sometime late last night. What now, Gavel? It's very kind of you to share the coroner's findings with everybody, Eustace. But perhaps you should leave it there. We wouldn't want you to strain your voice after all. That would be a tragedy. Coroner's findings, Jada, I'm the organizer. Anyway, that settles it. We need to arrest Kay Faraday.
What? What the heck are you talking about?
I think Eustace's meaning was very clear. Miss Faraday is the murderer, and though she is dressed differently than usual, this young lady covered with bandages is Miss Faraday herself. Unlike the others, she was able to recognize Kay from the start. You really mean to arrest her here and now? If you do, then I'll be forced to object, loudly and forcefully. And as if further confirmation were needed, there it is. The committee was right to call your conduct into question. It is questionable to the extreme. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, just go. It's fine.
Fine? This is anything but fine, Kay.
I still don't remember anything. So maybe I did do it. Maybe I killed that poor woman. I just don't remember. The guy smiles on those who confess their sins. It is a wish that sacrifices Glenza. She doesn't remember whether she killed her or not. She can't say anything for certain. Okay, she applies a cause of justice. As do I. Druskevel, Eustace, if you really intend to arrest Kay, could you at least explain your grounds for doing so? I, for one, certainly don't intend to yield, but until I've seen some evidence to support your accusations. Then allow me, appear to be hit with a faithful detective genius, Edgeworth. Here we go. Why I think Kay did it. They call it the human race because somebody has to win it, and that somebody is me. I won this race too. I saw what anybody else did. Kay Verde is the murderer, no doubt about it. She snuck in the committee chamber looking to do some of her trademark great thieving, which means that nobody but her could have killed Rosie Ringer.
Deductive genius? That was a total mess.
And Detective Gumshoe is saying that to you, no, it must be bad. I asked you to explain your grounds for arresting Kay, yet you have explained exactly nothing. True, but we haven't seen any proof of her innocence either.
It's alright, Kay. Mr. Edgeworth pulled off a miracle somehow. You gotta believe in it. You just gotta believe in him.
My deductions aren't acts of divine intervention, you know. Well, Miles Edgeworth, I hate for you to disappoint me, but in the event you do, I will be sure to freely let you know. Alright, here we go. Okay, I'm not pressing that one. I'm not gonna press this one either. This one I'm gonna press, though. Oh, really? And what was it she was trying to steal? Well, a file. A very particular file. One pertaining to your professional conduct, in fact, Mr. Edgeworth. And can you prove that she needed this file badly enough to steal it? Oh, there will be no need to go into that. Will there, Mr. Prosecutor? No, that, won't be necessary. What? Please, Mr. Winter, continue. Francisca's surprised at that one. And you have proof that it only could have been Kay who committed the murder. Nope. What? And you have proof that it could only have been Kay who committed the murder. Nope. Just admits he doesn't have proof that it only could have been Kay. Then might suggest you try looking to other possible suspects with all due haste. That, I believe, would be the winning approach here. The winning approach? According to the reports we've received, the police have found no signs of anyone else's involvement. So you're accusing Gabe based on that alone. A little tenuous, even for you. And suggesting that there are other possible suspects when there clearly aren't, isn't? Ugh, if only I had something that could prove Kay didn't do it. This is obviously a setup, plain and simple. You don't have to. It's alright, Kay. The truth will come out, I promise. I just need you to give me some time. Okay. Kay is incapable of murder. There's no way she killed Mr. Ringer. But I have to prove that somehow. She will remain a suspect. Okay, so that's obviously something I have to present to, so... No, that's not meant to press. No, wrong one. Ah! So something here proves that that there were other people. Oh. I wonder if I should present that. I'm going to present that to two different ones. Nope, that was not wrong. What do you think of this piece of evidence? Why do you want me to know? Don't you see? It proves that there is a contradiction in your testimony. What? Calm yourself, Eustace. His so-called evidence proves nothing. Huh? Really? Yes, perhaps so. Only Judge Gavell one here. Fear not, Your Honor, for I intend to do just that. Okay, so it wasn't that name. I feel like this is important somehow. I'm going to present it here. Really? Okay. Okay, so let me just... this testimony's riddled of contradictions. When Judge Gavell didn't keep covering for him, I'd be able to get to the truth. This letter is important. I mean, it literally says this right here. And it's definitely talking about the promise notebook. So, the catch question is, what the heck am I trying to figure out? I guess I was thinking, like, there was, like, obvious connections. So, like, why would Kay need to sneak in? I was thinking, like, why would Kay need to sneak in and do a great thieving when she was offered literally by the victim to get the thing back? Hell, well, whatever. I'm gonna press the others. There are two major flaws in the statement you just made. Flaws in a statement of mine? I don't make mistakes. It's literally impossible. And that's the third flaw right there. You're just trying to confuse me. It's a cheap tactic, even for you. Well, it won't work, because I'm the world champion of not getting confused, so there! Would you mind explaining the grounds for your accusation in a little more detail? Well, if you insist, feel free to be wowed, Edgeworth. I figured it all out before anyone else had even had the chance. Before I even saw the scene, no, before I even heard about the case, I knew right away. She did it. She's the murderer. It can't be anybody else. Yeah. Grounds? Yes, sorry. I was just getting to that. I feel like this is the contradiction, but at the same time, what the hell am I doing? Oh, wait. Ticket stub. I guess I should have started with this. Really? Okay. Seriously? Whatever. Okay. Let me think. Well, no, that is accurate. K is technically a student age, so. At the same time, what is it gonna be? This looks like it'd be the obvious choice, but apparently not. Oh, the committee champ's literally right below. Huh. But no, this is the contradiction that she didn't come to the committee chamber. Come on. What is this supposed to be? I literally don't know. Like, surely it has to be the ticket stub, right? I mean, I seriously doubt it'd be the Jam and Ninja mask. I guess I could try it, but I seriously doubt it. Be very annoyed if that was actually the answer, because that's not obvious at all. Okay. Oh, wait a second. Oh, I get it now. We don't know how or why Kate would get a key card to get in, so that's the contradiction right there. Okay. Are you familiar with this room, Mr. Winter? Something sounds like you are. What can I say? Winners know, but winners go. I'm number 1 and 2 and 3. In other words, the majority of your work is second, if not third rate. Why do you always have to make fun of me? You can take it as a slight if you wish, but the fact remains that you are unfamiliar with this key card. What do you take me for? Of course I'm familiar with it. You need one of those to get in here. Give it 3, 2, 1. Don't you? Have you no shame? Yeah. Mr. Winter, do you really even suspect Kay? No, of course I do. She did it. Freddy is the killer. Then perhaps you can tell us how Kay got into such a secure room as this about a key card. Yeah, she, there was yeah.
A masterful summary. Now, as we know, only members of the committee have keycards, therefore only they can enter.
Precisely.
Why is she agreeing with me?
Please, take a look at this. I had security pull the data earlier. As you can see, the door to this room was open at 12:52 a.m. with Miss Ringer's keycard. Keycard report jotted down the organizer. We cannot know for certain, of course, but who's to say the culprit didn't enter the room with Miss Ringer and then kill her over some sort of subsequent disagreement? It's certainly a plausible theory, but that's all it is. For one, it would require the victim and the murderer to have known one another.
Yeah, in case you didn't know the woman, I'm sure of it.
Well, we have evidence that proves quite the opposite, Gumshoe. How can you possibly be sure of such a thing? That's pure speculation on your part, Detective. There's no place for guesswork in the courtroom or at a crime scene. Hard evidence is what is required. In that case, are you suggesting that you have said hard evidence to support your theory? Evidence that Kay and Ringo knew one another? But of course.
What?
I have here a letter. Dr. Hurst found in the victim's chest pocket. Another of the victim's possessions. And you kept this to yourself until now. You planned for this, didn't you? Is that why... It was the candle that killed her, huh? And she died sometime late last night.
Well, what now, Gavel?
It's very kind of you to share the coroner's findings with everybody, Eustace. But perhaps you should leave it there. We wouldn't want you to strain your voice after all. Shall I read it for you? Rosie, thanks so much for agreeing to help with my plan. Now we can both get what we want. Good luck getting revenge for what happened 12 years ago. K. This would seem to indicate pretty strongly that the two of them were accomplices, wouldn't you say? Accomplices in a plot to steal from the very room in which we are standing.
No.
Wait, so your principal suspect is... Miss Kay Faraday, for the second crime, as well as Miss Ringer's murder. Victim's letter jotted down in your organizer. I'm the principal suspect?
Don't listen to her. It's all lies. All of it. You're not like that. You never do any of the stuff they're accusing you of.
Then how do you explain the letter, Detective?
Ugh.
Unlike Mr. Winter, I suspect that Judge Gavel herself has some proof to support the accusation.
But I didn't expect it to be quite so definitive.
Nicely done, Gavel. Thank you, Eustace.
Hold it. We're not done here yet. I still have questions, and you better have answers.
Would you mind if I handle this, Eustace?
Be my guest. Have fun arguing Edgeworth to the ground. I can't let them steamroll me on this. I have to find a way back. I have to find a way to take back the advantage.
Okay, here we go. As the letter more than adequately proves, Miss Faraday and Miss Winger were acquainted. It seems Miss Faraday had asked Miss Winger's help in a plot of some kind, but for whatever reason, their alliance must have broken down. Miss Winger lost her life in the resulting disagreement. She had one last card to play. The letter she kept it safe in her left chest pocket, which spells out the name of her killer.
She's good. Better than ever even. They could take her down, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, of course. Don't do this out of pride, Miles Edgeworth. If you're going to fail, do it on somebody else's time.
Hey, which side do you want, sir?
There was only one side to be on, Scruffy. The side of the truth.
Uh-oh. Looks like the kid's got something to say.
Well, there's only one side to be on, and it has to be the one to win. Yeah. Quite you.
My thoughts exactly. Wow.
No, literally, like, these past couple cases have been all about bullying, all about bullying, like, Twitter. Just, like, roasting him constantly. Okay, so I did think the letter was going to be important somehow. This is probably where it comes in. Oh boy, this should be interesting. I'm gonna try it. Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't think so. Just Gavel's a tougher than not to crack than Mr. Winter, but it doesn't mean I should give up. I'm gonna press some stuff first and then see what happens. Can you tell us any more about this plot? Letter implies a theft. and it was written by your friend Faraday, making her the prime suspect. Case closed.
Anybody can forge a letter. It's not conclusive proof of anything.
I also seem to recall Miss Faraday referring to herself as a great thief on more than one occasion.
She's on sabbatical.
It's a terrible defense. How can you be so sure? How can you be so sure of that? It's unlikely she would tell you if she had resumed her activities. Surely, perhaps she took up stealing again, and simply chose to keep it from you.
I can't prove that either way right now, and she knows it.
As I was saying, it seems Miss Faraday and Mr. Ringer were involved in a plot to steal something.
Wait, left chest pocket. Something got brought up earlier, but that got brought up in the findings, wasn't it? Current death caused the devastating puncture from his left side, blah 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 blah. It's on head would you post mortem. Other marks, prone right, brought back of victim's hand.
Oh, wait, I think I see what it is. I think I see what the contradiction is. If it was kept safe in the left breast pocket, there's no way that letter would survive because there was holes in it. Ah, we got it. So the victim kept the most vital clue of all closest to her heart. How very touching. The voices of the dead fight to be heard, and even then they don't always reach us. But a voice rang out loud and true, and told us that Miss Faraday is our killer. I think you might have misheard her, Your Honor, or perhaps an evil spirit is trying to mislead you. Hey, you take that back! Why do you think we're trying to mislead? Why do you think we were talking to him? Perhaps we should try listening to the words of the coroner's report instead. By all means, if I recall correctly, the victim was stabbed on her left side. No, she caught herself. Yes, I'm afraid so. Claimed that the letter was found in the victim's left chest pocket. Right where she was stabbed by the candle holder. Indeed, 3 puncture wounds to the chest and yet not one to the letter. Miraculous, no? Well, Judge Gabel, how do you explain that? Because I can think of one explanation. The letter was deliberately placed there after the fact in order to cast suspicion on Kay. Someone went to a lot of trouble to create the entire crime scene we see before us. And that someone is the real culprit. Almost certainly also forged his letter. No! Clear that the culprit intended to frame Kay by means of that letter. And you fell for hook, line, and sinker. No, Faraday did it. The letter was in her other pocket. Yeah. Seriously? The whole left chest pocket thing was a mistake. Whoever reported it must have meant their left. Must have their left. Stop your foolish floundering, you foolish fool. You're just that incredibly, incurably foolish. Why do you keep whipping me? Stop making fun of my deductions. Yeah. There, I saved you the trouble of disciplining him. Yes, even though I had no intention of doing so. The letter is stained with blood, which suggests it had indeed been placed in somewhere on the left side. Therefore, I doubt there was some sort of mistaken report, nonetheless that report was given by you. No, what? I'll say something! No objections. Good. Then allow me to continue. So, we have established the existence of a second suspect. No, we haven't. The murderer had to get in here. We had to get in here, remember? Who else could have gotten in apart from Faraday and Winger? Whoever it was would have needed a key card. Judge Cavell proposed that the killer enter the room together with the victim. But what if there was something questionable about the very basis of our theory itself? This piece of evidence points to another suspect other than Kay. Probably the key card report itself, because we look at it again. Bada bing, we got another user at 10:15. Might as well. Look again at the keycard report provided by Judge Cavell a short while ago. As already noted, the victim's keycard was used at 12:52 a.m. But you will note that someone else's keycard is also listed. A mystery person who could have entered beforehand and laid in wait for the victim, you mean? This other person entered at 10:15 p.m., so it's certainly not outside the realm of possibility. Except, I'm afraid it is. And where's your evidence, huh, Your Honor? My evidence? I am the evidence, detective. Oh, it was my key card. Oh. Well, I guess that's that then. There's nothing suspicious about a committee member entering the chamber as I please, is there? Perhaps not, but that's also not the exonerating evidence you seem to think it is. Unless you can also prove that you yourself didn't murder your colleague. What utter nonsense! What would I have to gain from killing her? I'm sure you know how I'm going to answer that, Your Honor. I believe further investigation will shed light on any motives you might have had. I am a faithful servant of the goddess. Why would I ever resort to an act of crime? I mean, you have an organ in your theme, and compared to the last guy who had an organ in their theme. Basement keycard, that much is true. My reason for entering this room is far from questionable. Then perhaps you'd care to tell us why? I had business here in the committee chamber. There were certain preparations to make.
Preparations? Sounds pretty suspicious to me.
I'm not at liberty to share what I was preparing for. Of course. But I am sure Prosecutor Edgeworth can make an educated guess.
My hearing. She must have been busy gathering the documents they were going to use against me. To relieve me of my badge.
Alright, children, that's enough. It's good to keep our skills and our tongues sharp, especially when we're young. But that'll do for now.
Wind up.
Oh, yeah, and this guy's here now. But it takes me back to the days of my youth. Back when I would wrangle with a certain detective. He disappeared, you know. I hope he's somewhere out there somewhere, living his best life. Forgive me, it's just so emotional. The tears, I can't stop them. Chairman Winner.
Winner?
Ah, Verity, my girl. Do you ever stop working? Your dedication puts us all to shame. And this is young Francisco I see before me. Dear child, when did you get so big? Uncle Winner, it's been far too long. And so formal, I thought we were like family. You used to sit on my knee and shout, Uncle Winner, at the top of your little lungs. Oh, what time goes by so very fast. One can't help but shed a tear. Dad, what are you doing here? What am I doing here? A committee member has been murdered, and you're in charge of the case, my boy.
What is this? Bring your pops to work day?
Silence. Do you have any idea who he is? This man is practically the right hand of the goddess herself. A former chief prosecutor and current chairman of the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence. Now, Verity. There's no need to bring all that up. I'm just a harmless old man, really. Allow me to apologize for the detective's rudeness. I am Miles Edgeworth, correct? And your little subordinate to Gumshoe. Oh, I'm Excelsius Winner. Father to this idiot boy, among other things. That's a mean thing to call your son right there. My wife and I'm so happy when he was born, and now she's gone too. Heaven only knows to where. Dad, you're here. Use my handkerchief. Oh, thank you, son. You're a good boy, in your own silly way. Like father, like son, I suppose. Though it's hard to say who's the bigger fool. Well, Verity, how goes the investigation? So, given the clues here, I'm guessing this guy was the chief prosecutor when like the I-7 incident happened. Thank you for asking, sir. We have identified a prime suspect, one K. Faraday. We are currently trying. Objection! You don't have nearly enough to make your prime suspect, and you know it. Or have you forgotten what we just discovered about the letter? I told you, that was just a mix-up. They got the wrong pregnant. Don't test my patience. Alright, that's enough. Let's all just calm down, shall we? I'm sorry I had to see that, sir. My humblest apologies. I think you all made your cases very clear. Well, except to you, Eustace. But, Dad? We are prosecutors, and it is our duty to identify suspects and bring them to justice. But I wouldn't dare call someone a suspect without evidence or motive. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, I know all about your relationship to the accused. Thick as thieves seem pretty apt, based on what we've heard. Yeah.
He's no criminal. She helped us catch the bad guys loads of times.
Much about this case is still unclear, sir. Please, you have to let us... It's heartwarming, really. The bonds of friendship are so strong among the young. Oh. What the? Okay, but Yeah, I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm gonna change my voice to be something more threatening whenever he does this. But circumstances being what they are, I'm afraid those bonds won't be enough.
What the heck is that supposed to mean?
The prosecutor's office needs this case cleared up as quickly as possible. Time is oh so precious, and we have so little of it. There's so many other cases. I'm sorry, but you understand, of course, don't you?
Ugh.
All right, Miss Faraday. Time to come along quietly. Yes, sir.
You're not taking her. She's innocent, I tell you.
To defy the chairman of the committee is to defy the law itself. It is an act so brazen, a hearing won't be necessary at all. Are you prepared for Mr. Edgeworth to lose his badge over this detective?
What? Yeah. So the key goes down, Mr. Edgeworth loses his badge? What the heck am I supposed to do?
You use this badge to shield yourselves? Oh, the committee too has fallen.
Okay, you're innocent.
Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Thank you. We've only known each other for a short while, but you've been very kind. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being a criminal. Your contrition has been noted, Miss Faraday, and will be conveyed to the goddess justice.
Ugh.
What in the world should I do? When I was little, all I wanted to be was like my father. To become an attorney, and to fight for those who can't fight for themselves. But now, my fate is tied to this one tiny badge. One tiny badge against the life of a dear acquaintance.
Who am I kidding? There's something to weigh up here.
I guess this is it. Goodbye, Mr. Edgeworth.
Hold it! Judge Gambit, a moment, please.
Yes, what is it?
Oh, there it is.
Everyone's sprites. Your badge? What is the meaning of this?
I am returning this. From this day forth, I am a prosecutor no longer.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you doing, Miles Edgeworth? Explain yourself right now. You're giving it all up, just like that?
You can't mean it, sir. Tell me you're kidding, please. If you're not a prosecutor anymore, then what does that make me?
I have one duty and one duty alone, to pursue the truth. If being a prosecutor means I must turn a blind eye to the very truth before me, then I will gladly shed the title to be free.
Ugh.
I'll carve my own path, one I believe in.
I won't let my search for the truth end here.
Are you running away from the blind from me? Say what you will, Francisca. You won't change my mind. So you leave me behind again. I'll never forgive you for this, never! No, this is all my fault. None of this would have happened if it wasn't for me.
Wait, Kay, don't go! You stay where you are, detective. But sir!
I'm not a prosecutor anymore.
No, don't say that! Where you go? I go, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm always there, right by your side.
There's no need for you to do that now, detective. Just focus on your job and do what you can.
But... What?
Well now, this is no good, is it? Can't let a dangerous criminal run free. But try, yet it's never enough. There's no need to worry, sir. We'll set up a cordon. She won't get far. She'd better not. It'll be very disappointing of you if she does. Well, that was something. Wow, that was quite the way to end that part. And now we're the next scene is back in the office he has to clear out of. Let's go ahead and start. Let's go ahead and get going. That's what we got. April 5th, 5:58 p.m. Hi, Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. You're right back here. Kay! She's not here either. Where are you? You run all the way here? Oh, and there's Eddie. Knockety knock knock. Special visitor. Fender. Oh, talk about an unhappy face. Everything okay, big guy? You went on yourself to many Myra's looking like that. What are you doing here? Has something happened? Has something happened, he asks. I'll say. It's been all over the news. A murder in the committee chamber? I call that happening, alright. And what with your hearing being today, I thought... Well, I couldn't help wondering if you were involved. They're reporting on the news already. Heck yeah, that lawyer, a young woman on the run, they're lapping it up. It's crazy stuff, but compelling too, I gotta admit. So are you gonna give me the lowdown or what?
Well, actually...
Whoa! Maybe warn a guy before blowing his mind next time. Things even crazier than I thought.
This isn't a joke, Fender. A case out there somewhere, all alone without a memory.
Not to mention being the suspect in a murder. That dev doesn't make things any easier. But where the heck could she have gone to? You're sure she doesn't remember Zip?
I thought she might have come here, but...
No luck, huh? Can't say I'm surprised. Sounds like she thinks she's done you wrong. She didn't want you to cause you even more trouble rocking up on your doorstep.
You think I don't know that? But I'm out of places to look.
Hey, take a chill pill, compadre. This isn't like you. You're wound up tighter than a clockwork monkey. Which isn't a bad thing, necessarily. After all, it's even got you running from pillar to post looking to save an innocent from jail. That's like the attorney I know you were born to be.
Look, Fender, I may have given up my badge earlier, but that doesn't mean I've decided to become an attorney. However, Kay isn't just some suspect in a murder to me. She's somebody I've come to know very well, even if we've only been acquainted for a short while. And she'd never harm a fly, let alone another person.
Blow my mind twice in 5 minutes, why don't you? Kids looking to have you in a corner, champ. I hope you don't mind me saying this, but that's quite the bond that's sprung up between the two of you. Enough for me and your old man's running for his money, even.
It's nothing like that, really. She just likes to involve herself in my affairs.
You can say that again. From what I've seen, she likes to judge into things She likes to judge into things no holds barred. But she's done you some good, I can tell. You did make a great team. Can't say I'm not a little jealous, seeing as my partner in crime is no longer around. Anyway, you need to track her down. Connections like that don't grow on trees. Actually, no. Alright, how about this for a plan? You're fresh out of ideas about where she could be, and you can't just walk the streets shouting her name. So why not go back to the source, look into how she lost her memory in the first place? You might just turn up some clues that'll help narrow things down.
That's not a bad idea. Based on what she told us, it sounds like it all started at the big building.
Then that's where we're headed. Next stop, the big time. And maybe you can give your face the good news on the way. Game won't come frolicking back in the fold. The first thing she sees is you scowling like that.
Very funny. Fender is truly a force of nature all on his own.
And we're back. It's nighttime now. 6:42 p.m. Big building.
Viewing platform, and I see the nurses back. The sun sure set quickly.
Not even a murder on the premises can make this place close its doors. Gotta chase that last dollar, huh? There's hardly anybody around, though. Guess we got the whole place for ourselves.
The first step towards proving Kay's innocence is to figure out how she lost her memory.
After miles, we got sleuthing to do. This rooftop paradise is all ours, so let's focus up and do what we're good at for Kay, right? I'm gonna go this way.
Do what we're good at, huh? I suppose I should be grateful there's at least something we can do. Begin investigation! I'll talk to him later. Start with the tree. It's a pretty sizable cherry tree. Its flowers are just on the cusp of full bloom, according to what Kate told us. She was standing beneath this tree until she was pushed and fell. Let's check this out now, actually. Pegasus, the winged horse of legend. No, wait. There's not a horn on his forehead. So, it's a unicorn. No, that can't be right either. Unicorns don't have rings. What's this? There's a little plaque there at the bottom showing the name of the piece. Contradictions. That'll teach you to bother engaging with such things. You can insert a coin and take a good look at the distant landscape for a few minutes. Kate absolutely would have been all over this. The Kate I know anyways. But for now, I'd better focus on my powers at observation on this rooftop. I mean, I guess we'll talk to these two. Mr. Edgeworth, meet again. What are you two doing up here? Well, seeing as we came all this way, we thought we might as well enjoy some cotton candy. What the heck? What the heck are you doing here? What the heck are you doing here? Looking to get yourself any more hot water? You don't need to worry about me, Dr. Hurst. I'll be just fine. Well, whatever you say, Mr. Soon-to-be ex-prosecutor turned ex-prosecutor. Saw that coming a mile off. Wait, what? You got fired? As I said, you need to concern yourself with my affairs. If you say so. So, oh! How's Kay doing? Uh-oh. Did something happen?
Maybe I can help.
How about an injection? No injections, thank you. Unfortunately, a jab a day does not keep the world's troubles at bay.
Yeah, it did get kind of chilly, huh? Come on, let's head home. Alright then, Mr. Edgeworth. Catch you again soon.
Okay then, guess that's it. I'll investigate the stand now.
Hey you, yeah you, have some delicious pudding cloud down candy brighten your day.
Pudding clouds? Is it named for the fact that we're so close to the clouds up here?
Our chemicals will take normal serving cotton candy and split it in half. Part it, if you will. Half the candy, same price, double the profit. We're laughing all the way to the bank.
I don't think your customers will be laughing if you keep sharing the information quite so freely. It looks like a TV showing announcements from the various companies in the big building, but at the moment it's just showing a regular broadcast channel. Ugh, what am I standing here for? This Steel Samurai isn't on today!
The beacon wings of a bird and the body of a lion.
I guess these statues are meant to guard the peace of this little rooftop haven. But I have to say, they're incredibly detailed. Almost frighteningly so. Instead of feeling welcomed, I wonder how many people have been scared off by these instead. I guess we'll talk to, Fender then. Oh, Fence. So the person in the raincoat that Kay saw supposedly approached her from the direction of the concession stand. Which would suggest that she was pushed over this railing here. The railing is chest high. You'd have to really try. You have to try really hard to go tumbling over the edge of it. Now, everything was sturdy enough too. Ah. So how did Kay lose her memory? You think there was something she wanted to forget? Maybe some particularly choice words from Miles, the insult comic? Of course not! Nobody dreamed of saying anything and so terrible she'd want to forget. Detective Gumshoe, on the other hand, could do a few more choice words on occasion. Poor guy, I don't have you in one bit. Is there anything else I haven't checked out yet? Oh. What the heck? Oh, I found her!
Hi.
Okay.
Don't mind me, I'm just lying in wait.
That would make you a criminal, Kay. Perhaps you meant to say laying low.
Oh, yes, that.
Eddie didn't know. He's just standing here. Nevertheless, I doubt people would look kindly on the suspect haunting the site of a supposed crime. Surely understand that, even your current state. On top of which while you've been playing hide and seek, I've been worried sick of frankly trying to find you.
Are you mad at me?
Of course I am. Now, what were you thinking coming back here? Did you think your amnesia would excuse your recklessness?
No, I came to try to help you get your badge back.
What?
I thought if I could get my memory back, I might be able to remember killing that poor woman. I thought if I came back here or lost my memory, maybe I could...
There's one thing you haven't lost, you know. The ability to surpass my expectations at every turn. I could be more certain now that you're the Kay I know so very well. However, I don't appreciate you being so reckless. You hear me?
I'm sorry.
Seriously, Miles, you killed me here. You were banking good guy points, and then you went blurred by blowing your top. Good to see you, kiddo. Glad to see you're safe. Come on, bring it in.
Okay.
That's the spirit. Not now, Fender. Yeesh, I was just trying to lighten the mood.
Live news now from the big building where a shocking murder took place earlier today. Police continue to hunt for a young woman known to have been possessed at the scene. She's considered a prime suspect, and police say no effort is being spared in trying to track her down.
Ooh, mama. They're not messing around, huh? Well, team, what's the plan? Looks like the clock's ticking down. And fast. Indeed. It's only a matter of time before they find us. Alright, first things first. Kay, you're sticking with us from now on. Capiche?
But I've caused you so much trouble already.
You can hardly make things any worse for me at this point.
Mr. Edgeworth! And it's settled. We're in this together like three musketeers. Miles, you'll be in charge of proving Kay's innocent.
And I will, believe me.
And I'm gonna need you to do everything you can to help him with his investigating. KK. Yes, of course. Right, now we gotta move quick. Can't be getting bagged by the boys in blue before we even started. You two may not have any more to lose, but your Uncle Eddie sure does. Rick would never forgive me if I got the family office shut down.
I mean, fair enough. Because, like, Kay's already suspected, and Miles just gave up his badge. Eddie actually has an office to live in all this, so he's probably book at the moment they get close. Thank you, Fender. I'm sure I owe you more than I'll ever really know. Okay, so Kay's still not my partner, but I'll go talk to her.
I hope I've been of help to you so far. I came back here because I thought it might jog my memory.
How about we go over what you remember one more time?
Okay. I was standing under the tree, sheltering from the rain, and I saw a person in a red raincoat, and then they pushed me.
Can you remember anything specific about the person in the raincoat?
I'm sorry, I just can't recall anything. Oh, but there is one thing. I could see the moon over their shoulder as they came closer and closer.
The moon?
Yes, it's all very fuzzy, but it was in the exact same place it is right now. Floating up there above the cherry blossoms.
So the moon was visible over the mysterious figure's shoulder. That's new information. I should keep it in mind.
I keep feeling like there's something just on the edge of my memory.
There is. It could be the clue we need. Alright, just let it float to the top of your mind. Say whatever comes into your thoughts.
Alright, I'm seeing... It's very faint, but I'm seeing a small restaurant. Just a counter and some seats, and there's this incredible smell. A beautiful golden soup, not too thick, and it tastes just right. It's filled with delicious noodles. They're firm, but not too firm. And that's when I thought crossed my mind. I'm going to order another bowl.
A captivating memory, but sadly one that has nothing to do with this case. You used to say you were the second-rate thief Yakarotsu, a noble outlaw dedicated to stealing the truth. Do you really not remember any of that?
Oh, I think you're right. I was a noble.
Not a noble, Kay, a noble outlaw. Still, I suppose you got halfway there. What if I try presenting something to her? Can I not present that? Or did I press the wrong button.
I'm sorry. I don't remember what you well enough to accept my gift like that just yet.
That's alright. I wasn't offering it to you anyway.
Okay, that's no. What if I try this?
Is this some kind of contract? In a way, it appears to be a criminal contract of sorts, I suppose you could say.
A criminal? And I wrote this?
The letter isn't handwritten, so it's hard to say who actually wrote it.
I see.
Well, I surely have enough logic now to piece something. Oh god, oh no, we got only 3. Well, let's see what we got. Let's try this. Nope. That doesn't add up. Ugh. I better think again. This doesn't feel like it'd connect either, but I guess I'll try anyway. Nope. Maybe I need something else. Is there anything I haven't investigated yet? Oh. As you can see, there's a lot of work up at the 50th floor. So the Committee of Prosecutor Excellence holds a disciplinary hearings, correct? That's right. There have been people walking by the windows all evening. This one serious investigation. This is to make our chances of getting out of here gay any rosier. We'll have to find a way to slip past the press. I'm a cool, mysterious customer, Mouse Sereno, but I'm no spy. Maybe we can use him as a decoy if things get desperate. Okay, whatever you're thinking, quit it. I can tell it doesn't end well for me. Okay, so now we can look around here. Looks like this is being broadcast live, which means we're looking at the big building in real time. Does that mean we're on TV too? I don't think so. The camera's far away enough and just dark enough that we'll be safe for now. At least we better be. If Kay is spotted, things will go from bad to worse before we know it. As you can see, there's still a lot of work up on the 50th floor. That's where the committee... Okay, I already read this line. I guess they're still working at the committee chamber. The reporter's right. You can see people moving around. Oh, wait, something's very wrong with this picture.
And I can use a certain piece of evidence to help me deduce exactly what. Oh, really? What do we got? Well, actually, it'd probably be the pamphlet again, was it? Oh, I think I see what it's saying. Question, how many floors does this building have? Easy, 50, right? Kinda ironic that just a few feet above where the committee works its ugly little schemes. It's a place where storied young romantics come to wish for everlasting smoochy times. But then, what's that dark space above the 50th floor? The gloomy underbelly of love? Wait a minute. Exactly. The committee chamber is supposed to be on the top floor, directly beneath the viewing platform, but it actually appears to be located one floor below that. Clearly contradicting the supposed facts. Maybe whoever wrote the pamphlet made a mistake? Somehow, I don't think so. That'd be crazy, but yes, there appears to be a hidden 51st floor. Wow, and that's where they keep the gloomy underbelly of love? Nah, but hurt. You didn't need to take it quite so literally, Kay. Good, then perhaps we could take this more seriously instead. Come on, you met me, Miles? That might be easier said than done. It'll still be easier than trying to enjoy your so-called jokes. Okay, now we got a new piece of logic that probably help us. Let's see. Wait, no, this doesn't connect to anything we have. There's no way that does. Did I check everything on the TV? I did. Am I absolutely sure I've gotten everything? Nope. Can't believe this thing's made the news already. How do they do it, huh? Yeah, I think they're filming us from the job up there right now. Go check the TV view, Miles Sereno. Need to make sure they're catching my good side. And now? At a time like this! Wait. Nope. I thought I saw something. Wait. No, I could have seen something. Oh, come on. So is logic really all I have left right now? Okay, so somehow I have to figure out how all these pieces fit. Somehow. But how? How does this connect with anything? There's gotta be something I'm missing. But no, there really isn't. I've really done everything I've done everything. I've investigated everything I could, huh? Well, hang on. Never mind. Okay, well, I guess I'll try something at least. So let's go 51st floor. Maybe I try this? Oh, okay. Thinking back over what Kay had said. The person in the raincoat approached her from the direction of the concession stand, which implies that she was pushed over the railing on the side opposite the stand. What? She also said that she could see the moon over this person's shoulder, but when we checked just now, the moon was in a different location than expected. Yet Kay claims it's currently in the same spot in the sky as on the night of the incident. This throws the positions of the moon and the person in the raincoat out of alignment for her story. I think her memories may have become confused somehow. What's more, if she really had been pushed over that railing, she would have never survived the fall. Therefore, I must conclude that she may not have fallen where she thought she did. You may have fallen, Kay, but it couldn't have been over that railing, because if you had, you wouldn't have been alive now to tell the tale. But I definitely remember standing under that tree. If I was pushed, the only way I could have fallen is over that railing, isn't it? Not unless the ground opened up and swallowed your whole. The ground can just open up like that? Ow! My bad, not joking matter. Sorry, kiddo. But it may also be closer to the truth than you think, Fender. Let's take another look at the ground in that area. There's a chance we might have missed something. Now we got it. Kate couldn't have fallen over the railing. So where did she fall? There must be a clue around here somewhere. I'm scout this thing and expect anything that catches my attention. Probably this thing right here. What is this? Looks like a service hatch. Okay, do you think you might have fallen down here instead? Nah, you'd never be as clumsy as that. I'm sorry, I just can't say one way or the other. My bad, kiddo. Just another one of my silly musings. You don't have to take me so seriously, you know. I don't? Never? Well, maybe not never. If I told you to leave the link to my arms. Fender! Chill, Miles Serena. Where's your sense of whimsy? So, never, then. Ouch. Talk about a deep cut. The ground here is covered with cherry blossoms. Even though the tree is not in full bloom yet, the strong wind appears, blowing the petals right off. Would have been nice to see it. It would have been nice if they thought to tidy it up just a little, though. That had nothing to do with the case. Down with the hatch. Down to the 51st floor, it seems. How has a whole floor beneath the 50th and viewing platform remained undetected all this time? You got me there. Kinda hard to hide a set of stairs going up to it, if you ask me. That's precisely it. Things like stairs are normally out in the open and going unnoticed by people seems to be a bit implausible. Which can only mean the 51st floor is no ordinary floor, and can't be reached by ordinary means. Then we'll just have to reach for extraordinary means, right? I don't know about extraordinary. Maybe let's go. Maybe let's go for unconventional. Indeed, consider if you will, the hatch we found by the cherry tree. What would you expect to find on the other side of such a hatch? A room of some kind, perhaps. Oh, a secret room. Now you're talking my language. Let's go take a look. Yeah. Alright, there we go. What is this? What is this place? Look at all that stuff down there. Is it a storeroom? Whatever it is, I think we could safely say that this is where you fell. Go team, strike one mystery off the list. Yes, but the greater mystery of Kay's memory loss remains unsolved. We have a red raincoated figure who can walk on air to account for it, among other things. Hey, again, a guy in basking in success for a second. So we found it in the storeroom. Everyone would scooch on down and check it out. We have pretty much exhausted everything up here, and it can't hurt to take a look. Investigation complete! Yay, how far? Oh, well, would you look who it is? Emma Sky is back. Is that you, Mr. Edgeworth? Emma, what are you doing here? I heard about what happened to Detective Gumshoe. He wouldn't stop crying, so I really had to get the information out of him. It was a long call. It was about 2 hours. He was really upset. I was in the hour, so I thought I'd come by and see what's going on. This is almost. I know who this is. Younger sister of a former superior of mine. We've also stood in court together. The detective called me up in a panic. He said you patched me off in the big building and Kay was in a man's suit. Hold it right there. Didn't you just leave to go back to Europe a few days ago? You're back again already? Yep, I'm here with one of my professors. Might not do any schoolwork or anything, just some interpreting. Then shouldn't you be off doing that instead of gallivanting around a crime scene? Oh, it's fine. There's this wonderful thing called body language after all. That's not an actual language, Emma. Anyway, never mind me. It's about Kate. How is she? Where is she? Ah, shucks. Isn't that sweet, Game Master? Your little friend is worried about you. Oh, yes. Who's this guy? Don't tell me you went and got a new assistant, Mr. Edgeworth. Very funny, young lady. It's actually the other way around. I'll have you know. Eddie Fender, attorney at law, and senior partner at Edgeworth Company Law Offices. Edgeworth, so you are his assistant? Wait, attorney? This one of your defense attorney. I'm not. To say it's complicated is an understatement. like Gumshoe spent 2 hours explaining to Emma what happened to lead to this moment, and then Edward had to spend another 2 hours explaining to her what happened since the last time they saw each other. Let's not the details for now. First things first. But an attorney, Mr. Edgeworth? Really? Oof, it's like I'm not even here. What is this? Some kind of weird experiment? Perhaps we should head down below. I'll explain there. I agree. The police could be here any minute. Huh? And who's this? You don't recognize? I'll explain later, Emma. Come on, time to go. Oh, alright, but you better explain yourself, Mr. Hotshot Pro Attorney. Trust me, I'll explain that too. Okie dokie do, down the hatch we go. Looks like Emma is more than just a cameo this time. This'll be interesting. April 5th, 7:06 p.m. Unknown. It's dark as a grave. It's dark as a grave down here. Can't see the noise. Can't see the nose in front of my roguishly handsome face. Watch your step, Emma. Ouch! I hit my head or something. Make your way down slowly, Kay. Don't want you to slip. Oh, yes, Mr. Edgeworth. There's gotta be a light switch in here somewhere. Ah, bingo! Get blinded! This is... So the hidden 51st floor really is being used as a storeroom. Wait, I think I recognize that. I think I recognize some things here. I do, like... There are some things here. We need to take a careful look of all these items. Alright, Mr. Edgeworth, you promised me an explanation or three. I did indeed. Ugh, where do I even start? 4 hours later. Wow, lots been happening, huh? What a case. It's not supposed to fill you with excitement, Emma. Seems you've gotten yourself into a real pickle, Mr. Prosecutor Attorney. I'm not an attorney, or a prosecutor anymore. Well, whatever you are, I think it's time for science to be lending a helping hand. Don't worry, brought my entire kit with me. Well, if you're sure. You kidding? I live for moments like this. Here, let's make this all official. Good working with you again, Mr. Edgeworth. And you, Miss Sky. And then there were four. Alright, everyone, let's get to work. I want to know where the elevator goes. Looks like it goes down. Something we'll certainly want to investigate further, but we should look around up here first. Alright, Cabin, let me know if you find anything juicy. I'll keep trying to see what I can remember. I'll let you know if anything comes to mind. Thank you, Kay. Emma, ready, willing, able to investigate, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well. Let's begin. Begin investigation. Oh, I was pushing Emma for a second there. But it looks like Emma's the partner this time. This is cool. Anyways. This is from the last game. The statue. What is it? Got some new data for me? Not exact. Not exactly, just something from a case I worked on. Piece of evidence. I believe it's called the Alfred statue. And there were two of them. A real one and a fake. Whichever one that is, it shouldn't be here at all. Whichever one this is, should be here of all places. An old case, huh? I worked on a bunch of different. Huh? This is like old case. This is like a couple weeks ago. But what was that? Oh boy! And there was another one. We had a lot of hearts here. Gotcha! Caught in the act, red-dang-handed, guiltier than a tomcat covered in cream. Stop that at once! Ain't no stopping my snapping, not till I got every dang detail and then some. It has a name already. Y'all think I'm gonna let a bunch of dirty criminals go before I get the shot thick again? We're not criminals. Yeah, sure, pull the other one. It's got bells on. This here camera's a weapon of justice. I ain't about to be hog swallowed by your cheap denials. Oh, it's you. Huh? You're the low-down dirty jerk or prosecutor, ain't ya? Who you calling a low-down dirty jerk? This is a lot of heart. Photojournalist by trade, we've crossed paths on a few occasions, especially on that one particular case. It's hard to forget, and even harder to get a word in edgewise with. Quit making a face, will ya? That's the face of a no-good schemer if I ever saw one. Seems like I didn't leave the best of impressions on her either. Well, it's payback time, Mr. Schemer. You ought to be thinking of all that I want from you is a couple of pictures. But we're just here to investigate. Sure you are. If by investigate you mean pull the wool over a lot of his mild-wide eyes. Sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. I thought you might listen to me. It didn't hurt to try, I guess. But we're probably better off leaving her alone for now. It's kind of creepy, all these masks lined up here in the dark. Not a fan of horror movies, I take it. No way! That stuff's so unscientific. I think you mispronounced terrifying. Oh, those are the Badger masks. Got Steel Samurai stuff. This is crazy. Oh, you know what? That's where this one comes in. This is where. Oh, so this is okay. Bada bing! Eureka! Kay was carrying a gem and ninja mask when she was found, but it looks like it might have originally come from this hook. Scientifically speaking, that doesn't seem like a crazy hypothesis, which would mean that Kay was really here. As you put it, another crazy hypothesis, but why? Did she come to steal something, maybe? There's all kinds of stuff here. Because she's a great thief who steals the truth, I suppose. No, I think it's too early to jump to any conclusions. I mean, Gem Ninja was like one of her favorite shows, so she probably stole that because of that. It's the Steel Samurai and the Nickel Samurai. The Nickel Samurai always seems to be kind of pleased with himself to me. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not just about being skinny and cool, you know? There's more to it than that. I'm Team Steel all the way. You're just gone up in my estimation, Emma. You'll have a higher paycheck than Gumshoe in no time. The mask. That's the global hero Oyan Kopa. I don't know. And why is that so shocking? You really don't know? Everything about the show is secret. It's on TV, who makes it, some of the merchandise is super rare. Sounds to me like whoever made it may have simply gone out of business. Oh. Yeah, sorry for disappearing like that. Something came up. Now, where did I put my controller? left it on my bed. Here we go. Alright, let's see what we got. That's Captain Sapon. He's super popular overseas. Everybody loves dressing up like him. Kids, adults, you name it. I found the flower in his head a little excessive. What TV show are these from? I don't know a whole lot about it, but I believe it's called The Students of Story School. It's about an elementary school where the students are all superheroes. Something massive modeled on sports safety helmets or something, right? Maybe the number of eyes slit tells you their student ID number. So the one on the left would be number 1, and the right is number 2. I suppose that could be it, yes. Now I mean, a ton of slits for the kids with the highest ID numbers. I have to admit to being a little intrigued by this show now. She's the only heroine the Steel Samurai series needs. You can say that again. I love the Pink Princess. You watch shows like that, Emma? Of course. You love them too, right? Well, I don't really know that much about them, but sure. Really? Because I saw the Steel Samurai figure in your office, so I thought, no, I can't believe I haven't seen it. I mean, everyone in your office has seen it at some point. These are all case files for various murders. What? But why would they be in here? They should be signaling a lock and key of the courthouse to the prosecutor's office, which would suggest that somebody removed them without permission. Something very suspicious is going on here. We need to find out more. Anything else, or is that it? Oh. There's a selection of masks arranged on the rack here. There's even a Steel Samurai. What an impressively authentic likeness it is, too. The scientist in me is sensing something strange, though. A lack of consistency, you know? In the sense that the characters represented here feel a little haphazard somehow. I don't disagree. There's even an empty space here. Yeah, just an empty hook right in the middle. Somebody using that one, perhaps. I've already deduced it, so... Looks like that's everything. I can tell there's a bad badge or stuff under there, but I can't really look at any of that. What is that? What is that face? Anyways, wait, is this from Global Studios? What is that giant head thing? It's the head of the great Mrs. Monkey. Remember the case well. But how do they even get it up here? Huh? Mrs. Monkey? That doesn't sound right. Are you trying to get the name wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Or misremembered it somehow? Too ridiculous. It's if I ever make such a mistake. The blue badge cut out his back there, too. Oh boy, this whole experience is enough to boggle a guy's mind. Mysterious storerooms, damsel in distress, got the lot. You should at least try to take this a little more seriously, Fender. Hey, I can try. No, but seriously, I'm as keen to help Kay out as you are. She's there for me. You go do your thing. It's not Kay I'm worried about, it's you. Wow, this is some sturdy construction. Thick floor plates, sturdy supports. At a rough estimate, I'd say it could hold 50 of you easily, Mr. Edgeworth. Except the fact that it is nowhere near big enough. You say that, but pack yourselves in tight enough, and I think you might just do it. I really don't think so. Anyway, we have more important things to be investigating. We can theorize about the elevator once we're done. Maybe you're right. Fine, 45 Mr. Edgeworths. 48 tops. You don't have to keep going on about that. Piles of bank notes, just left out for all to see. A little tasteless, wouldn't you say? No, wait, it's all $100 bills. That's a fortune right there. How many years would it take for you to make that much money, Mr. Edgeworth? Please, Emma. I don't even want to think about it. I guess the salary is actually not that... It makes it sound like the salary is actually not that better than Gumshoes. Let's see. Whoa, that's one heck of a desk. I wonder who it belongs to. The war 4mm figures is acting as legs holding up. Oh, it's hideously cringy. And doesn't even have the good decency to be camp enough to look back around. Is this from one of the old cases too, Mr. Edgeworth? No, I can't think of anyone related to my investigations with such ostensibly awful taste. At least, I don't think there was. Well, I think I know exactly where that one came. This is just a room full of references right here. You said the statue was a piece of evidence from an old case of yours, right? It's pretty weird looking, I have to say. It's known as the Alfred statue. The what? The Alfred statue. But it says here that it's called the Alfred statue. Alfred? Huh. What are you muttering about? Oh, nothing. Let's try and look around, shall we? It won't even let me check. I want to check the suitcase. There's also the painting I think was from Mr. Grossberg back there. A bunch of trophies and oh look, somebody's left a walkie-talkie here. Looks to me like it was put there deliberately. Rather like it's on display, to be honest. Hey, there are batteries in here too. It could be useful. Let's take it with us. Let's take it with us. Nobody will mind if we use it for a little while, will they? I can take it to the police station afterwards. Someone is starting to sound like a certain great thief. He's been a bad influence on you. Oh, the Blue Badger card's back there. Scientifically speaking, I think this looks like some kind of wooden ice box. Yeah, the chains will probably stop the cold air from escaping. Was it Edgeworth? Yeah, it was Emma. I don't mean to contradict you, Emma, but isn't this just a box for storing clothes in? The wood is imbued with a natural repellent to keep moths away. Oh, sure, yeah, sure, I guess you could look at it like that way, too. And keep it closed, it'll be nice for the summer, right? Still not prepared to let go of that particular part of your hypothesis, I see. These are... What's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? If I'm not mistaken, several of the items on display here are pieces of evidence from old cases of mine. But what are they doing here? Maybe this is where the committee stores stuff it's looking into? It can't be. Evidence like this is stored at the police department. They don't keep stuff at the prosecutor's office, too? My case is ongoing, yes. Once the last trial's finished up, it's supposed to go right back to the precinct. Unless there's a very good reason for it to go elsewhere. And yet, here it all is. There's no point trying to figure out there's no point in trying to figure out the whys right now. Take a closer look at it all. They all have labels with numbers printed on them. Exhibit numbers, maybe. You said they're all pieces of evidence, right? Yes, but judging by how the numbers are written and by the items themselves, I'd guess these are prices. Prices? I would have never guessed that. Wait, but none of this stuff could be worth that much money, could it? Prices are very high indeed. It's no wonder she's surprised. Let's examine all these in detail. So it looks like a lot of these are from the last game. Last case too. Like that's from the last case. This is from the last game. The save's probably from the last game as well. This is from the first case. Oh, isn't he a cutie? Look at this fluffy little guy. That's the stuffed animal we found at Gord Lake. He should be in the possession of the prosecutor in charge of the case. So how did he wind up here? Oh, look, he's missing his left horn. He is, but he never had it in the first place. At least, not as far as we ever saw. Defective merchandise, huh? Then we need to contact the manufacturer. I demand a recall. Now that I come to think of it, why would anyone give the president a broken toy to begin with? Broken blush, yeah, that was actually added. So this storeroom is actually more of a stock room? It would seem so, much as it pains me to consider such a thing. What kind of person sells all evidence from serious criminal cases? And who, too? Who would even want to pay for all of this stuff? Somebody, clearly. The price tag's proof of that. Wow, people really will collect anything, huh? Fascinating. This is probably where the smuggling ring comes back in. That's a cute little doll. Look, kind of like a steel samurai. It's actually the Iron Infant, son of the Steel Samurai, the Pink Princess. He was born burdened with the knowledge that he would too one day be called upon to fight for justice. I can't imagine the pressure that must have put him under, more than most people could bear. Yes, he's young, but you can sense it nonetheless, a certain tragic refinement. The Edgeworth! Mr. Edgeworth! Are you listening to me? Of course. Bottle of ink and a lantern, both pieces of evidence from a previous case of mine. But why? What's all the stuff that's related to you doing here? It's not as if any of it was in my possession for any length of time. The duration of the case is no longer. Perhaps this is all nothing but a coincidence. Seriously, a coincidence? I never thought I'd hear those words coming out of your mouth. You must always face up to the facts of a situation, however strange they may be. Isn't that what scientists believe too? Oh, you want to talk about what scientists believe? Settle in. This may take a while. Go with this. It's a small bottle. One I've seen before. Oh, that's all? Nothing else to add? Well, no. What more did you want me to say? Hold up. I got to write this down. Mr. Edgeworth can turn even the most boring topics into something picturesque with his explanations. Ugh. Next time, try talking to those kinds of Next time, try taking those kinds of notes in silence. That's odd. This is the only spot with nothing on it. But it still has one of those signs in front of it. Indeed. Look, there's an outline of the dust on top of the cloth. I'd say something was probably sitting here until quite recently, wouldn't you? You know what? I think you might be right, but I'm drawing a blank, trying to imagine what. Well, I might have an idea. A star-shaped outline. Don't we have a piece of evidence like that? Don't we have a piece of evidence that might be connected? We do. I do. I don't know. Could it have been that? It doesn't look like it could have been. Oh, wait a sec. The candelabrum. The outline of the dust matches the bottom of the candelabrum exactly. I see there's a very strong chance that this is where our murderer took it from. Which would mean the candelabrum's evidence from another case? It certainly seems likely, but that's not our concern right now. The key thing to note is that the murder weapon was taken from this storeroom. Think I got everything. Oh, not everything. A mannequin, huh? Why not? No. All things by power, scientific deduction, of course. It's evidence from an old case of yours, right? Not this time. I've never seen it before in my life. Doesn't seem to fit the other items in the room either. For one thing, it doesn't have a price tag. So why is it here? I guess we'll talk to Lotta now. So, what are y'all doing snooping around a fishy old place like this anyhow? I think it's us who should be asking you that. Me, I'm in for the truth, for the good of society. And for little old me, of course. I'm what you call a photographer for the people. Snapping here, snapping there, snap, every dang where. I'll just leave you to it then. We can talk to you once you've gone out of your system later. Okay, so she's the last thing we do then. Let's see around here. Did we talk to Kay yet? We can't. We talked to Kay. What have I not done yet? Oh wait. Nope. Logic. Of course. We've seen items of old evidence marked with price tags along with huge pile of cash. I think it's pretty clear that somebody has been running an illicit trade in judicial goods. Shady deals on a hidden 51st floor? This is big. It has to be, right? I think it might be, but we need to investigate a little further yet. We need to find out more about what's going on here. If only there was an eyewitness we could interview. An eyewitness, huh? Okay, now we talk to Lotta. Why exactly are you here, Miss Hart? Me? I told you, I'm in it for the truth, for the good of the society. And for little meal, of course. I'm talking for the people. For the people? If you won't tell me the real reason you're here, perhaps I can hazard a guess. Somebody was carrying on illicit police evidence trafficking scheme here in the storeroom. Oh, so she's after a juicy story. Makes sense. But how do y'all figure that out? Guess it means I don't have to tiptoe around it anymore now. One of my sources told me to download about an underground auction. What? So all the items here were sold to the highest bidder. Folks were slinging the money around like it was going out of fashion. I had to come see for myself, of course. Get eyes on my subjects, you know. Should have heard the tales the contact was telling. Taller than 2 3s or so, I thought at first. Anyhow, I was about to write it up based on hearsay alone. So yesterday I snuck behind this here statue and settled into wait. Been starting late last night and carried right on fruit to the break of dawn. So the auction and the murder happened on the same night. Coincidence? Underground auction. Dirty deals in secret storeroom. Talk about a story. Was there anything else on sale apart from the items and evidence in this room? Sure, there's regular stuff too. Shady artworks from the who knows where, that kind of thing. In what way are shady artworks regular exactly? But the evidence was a big draw for sure. Reckon they were selling faster than the crooks could smuggle them out of the cops and the prosecutor shops. And I'll bet you got pictures of the whole thing, right, Miss Hart? Well, you see, the main event was down below. I had to try to see what I could from up here. Haven't been up here yet since yesterday. I assume you witnessed the entire auction from start to finish then. It was an underground affair, like I said, so folks wasn't exactly giving much away. All them customers came down one at a time from up on the roof there. Threw on masks just as soon as they got down the ladder, and that ain't all. They had a voice changer doodads on them, see? Teeny tiny ones, stinkier than the bugs behind. It's so you couldn't see the real faces, and you couldn't hear the real voices. Surreptitious as all heck. You mean surreptitious? I can't pronounce that word. I surely do. Sweet surreptitude. That's also not a word. Anywho, once they had the gear on, they went right downstairs.
Elevator.
And then came in the next one. When it came time to leave, they all done the same, but in reverse. Up they came again, one by one. Alright, Matt's back on the hook. Up the ladder and away. Whoa, that's a serious operation. Matt stated John down the organizer.
How many participants were there?
11 altogether. I counted them in when they came down the ladder.
Your stakeout.
I didn't just hide behind the stupid statue the whole time, you know.
You didn't. Then where were you?
Well, when I first got here, you know what? That ain't important right now.
So you were hiding behind the statue from the very beginning.
Anyway, I watched all them folks coming in from my spying spot there in the shadows. I see. So you're watching from behind the statue. They used that there elevator to get down below. And once all was down there, I snuck up, took me a peek at what was going on.
You mean the elevator remained in the room beneath?
Nah, they sent it back up. But there's a little peeky hole if you know where to look. The elevator don't quite sit flush with the floor, see? And you bend down and squint just right, you can see the whole shebang.
Did you catch sight of who was in charge?
Nah, alright, sure, I guess I did. Ain't have so good a story if you don't get a glimpse of the ringleader after all.
What this ringleader is? I'll have to ask her some more. You mentioned a ringleader. Can you tell me any more about them?
Y'all should know. I came here to get me an exclusive. And an exclusive ain't much dang good if you done spilled the beans already.
I see, so don't actually know anything about them.
You think that's why she won't give us an answer?
Makes sense, I guess.
You got me. Couldn't see if it was a man or a woman. Get her an old timer, nothing.
What were they wearing? Could you see that at least?
Sure, white jacket, white gloves, and a magenta flower on the label. Then 3 things is what I remember. What good's a description of the outfit if I don't get a clue as to who was wearing it? So this ringleader disguised their identity too, just like everybody else? Yes, sirree. Mask, voice changer, the whole 9 yards.
They were wearing one of the masks. Which one?
Let me see. Oh yeah, this guy, Zervon.
Zervon? What kind of name is that?
Seriously, Mr. Truff, you never heard of Zervon? He's a global hero. He's a global hero on your compos. He's global hero on your compons. Onya Kopons, arch nemesis. I butchered that so many times. Who hasn't heard of Zervon the Time Lord?
I think you might be better off asking who has. So you didn't get a glimpse of the face at all.
No, I dang well didn't. Which kind of scotch is my scoop. This whole mess has been nothing but snipe hunt. That should never have come.
Well, that tells us everything I need to know. We know somebody who was dressed like that. Maybe I should try showing that evidence to Miss Hart.
I pressed the wrong button again to present.
You said that the ringleader was wearing a white jacket, white gloves, and magenta flower, correct?
Sure did. Didn't ask me why they was dressed up like a peacock on parade day, but they was.
Is this the outfit you saw?
Well, holy smokes! Sure as heck is. But wait, so the big cheese is dead?
All we know is that she's the victim in the case we're investigating.
Her name was Rosie Ringer. Do you know her? Nope. So the ringleader was a lady. Ain't that just a slippin' dang deal? Threw me off a man's jacket like that.
I hardly think she did it to fool you specifically.
But setting that aside now, what's important is that we discovered something vital to the case. Namely, that the underground auction was chaired by none other than our victim. So somebody bumped off the bus, huh? Then that's what's happening. That's what was happening. Oh, nothing at all. You're just going on about your business now. No offense, Miss Hart, but that made you sound about 5 times more suspicious. Suspicious my foot. I told y'all, it's nothing. And you won't get into more on me than that. Wait, so there is more. How many times I gotta tell you? It ain't nothing, okay? I ain't saying nothing either. Ah, you can tell us a little. Can you tell us a little more, pretty please? I'll tell you this, okay? I'm a journalist, a scoop hunter, okay? You hear? Exclusive articles go out, money comes in. That's how the game's played. You tell you more? Heck, I done told you all too much already. Wait, what if I examine a fingerprint story for you, pro bono? What kind of cock committee think you is that? That's gonna get a tooth pulled. You want intel, you go dig up yourselves, just like I had to. Okay, guess she isn't gonna talk to either of us.
Oh, she will. I'll handle things from here, Emma. There's a certain technique I find useful when dealing with typical customers such as her. She may not give up information voluntarily, but doesn't mean she can't be persuaded to.
Oh boy, here we go. To the mine chests. Let's start by observing our opponent. I'm gonna take some water. 2 rooks and a green. As we've seen, she's very quick-tempered. She'll try to cut the conversation dead whenever possible. I won't have much time to think, so I'll need to be swift and decisive. This sword is definitely hiding something from me. So my first move is to discover what that something is. Mine chests, commence! Tell me what you know. I need you to tell me everything you know, and don't you dare leave anything out. Go jump in a crate, you big bully. Why should I tell you anything? You don't got nothing to do with me, nor me with you neither. I don't have a clue as to how to proceed with this line of questioning. Better try another attack. Okay. I can see you're a little agitated, Miss Hart. Let's just calm down and try to talk reason. I am called dang you, less the way I will be just as soon as y'all go think my dang chain. You do realize you have nowhere to turn, don't you? Dang it. Ah, should have picked my words more wisely. Oh, that was a big hit. That was what's indecisive. I guess it was the wrong one. I'll stop when you actually calm down. God damn it. Really? Someone be quick and decisive. He does. Okay. That's better. Being a news hound's all is giving you the headline out of the world throws at you, see? Speaking of news hounds, this might interest you. I met one a few days ago. She was a very hungry young reporter indeed. A reporter of a very particular turn of phrase. Similar to your own, in fact. Oh, yeah? She spoke with me, huh? Guess that could have been someone I know. Her name is Tabby Lloyd. If I had closed my eyes, I could have believed I was listening to you. It was so close to being dead. She told me about somebody she called the Chief. She was talking about you, wasn't she? Oh, so y'all met Tabby, huh? Well, ain't that something? Where did y'all bump into her? She's a great kid, reckon. Wait. No, you don't. You ain't getting another on the good side. Bring her in this, your sneaky stick. Who you need me to? Interesting. Talking about Mr. Lloyd seemed to make her lower her guard a little. I think we use that to our advantage. I lost it immediately. Oh, curses. Can't give up now. I have to keep pushing. Alright, once more onto the breach. Oh, wait, I have to do it all over again. Time to deploy my clue. I don't have anything to do with you. That's a little unkind, don't you think? After all, I know your apprentice. I know her pretty well, in fact. Yeah, well, I guess it does seem kind of cold to me to say that. You know her pretty good. I don't want the poor kid thinking I don't give a rat's behind. Good. Can you tell us what you know? Fine. See, it's like this. Got me a scoop. Wait, what am I thinking? Dang it, Lottie, you can't let me bamboozle you that easy. What was that about a scoo? Oh, forget it. It was nothing.
How embarrassing. A professional journalist making a careless slip of the tongue. You have a scoop, don't you? Now tell me what it is.
Yeah. Alright, I got me a scoop. A big one. But I can't just go blabbing about it, y'all. I got bills to pay.
She may be hiding something very important. I have to get it out of her somehow. We need to know the details of this scoop. She's quick to anger, but she's also quick to let key information slip. Now that we know that, the rest shouldn't be too hard. Let's see what we can get out of her. Is this scoop of yours? Does that have to do with the auction?
You know what? I clean forget.
But you tried to infiltrate an underground auction. It only stands to reason you observed something. Otherwise, what would you have to write about?
I don't know what to tell you. I didn't hear nothing.
You do. Try this again.
Well, two can play that game.
Perhaps a little more practice. Come on!
Wow, I am terrible at this.
So if you didn't hear the sound of nothing, does that mean you did hear the sound of something? Something during your time in this room?
Well, see, that wasn't nothing really, just a little noise is all. Wouldn't even make page 16. Forget I mentioned it.
So something happened during the auction. Something that made a noise of some kind. This could be a valuable clue. I've solved this admin. Okay. I'm gonna lose this again. The big tube involves something criminal in nature, doesn't it?
Maybe it did, maybe it didn't.
Which is it? This is important.
Alright. Don't gotta holler at me like that. I ain't done nothing shameful, nothing. Just snuck in and did something like a reporting.
Of course. I mean, glad to lose so much of the health bar, but still. Mind just commence. Wait, that was the wrong one. What am I thinking? I'll be the judge of whether your actions were shameful or not. An unlawful entry into private property is very shameful indeed. In fact, it's a crime.
Hey, you did the exact same thing, genius. But I guess you're a prosecutor, huh? You're allowed to do stuff like that.
Let's not mention the fact that I had it in my badge, shall we?
Still, don't amount to whole beans, right? There's folks out there that have done way worse. Murder, for one. Next to murder, trespass ain't hardly nothing.
From your mutterings about a murder just now, I gather that your scoop has something to do with a homicide.
I was just talking about hypothetical, like. You know, about murder being the big one and all. Ain't nothing worse than murder.
Not the most skillful evasion I've heard in my career.
Look, I done told you, okay? I snuck into the auction. I'll cop to that. But murder? I don't know nothing about no murder. Ain't seen nothing, ain't heard nothing. Scout's honor.
Time to deploy my clue. But you told me you heard something from during the auction. You claimed it wasn't important, but it must have been. Otherwise, why remember it? I think it was something very memorable indeed. In fact, I believe it was the cry of a murder victim.
Ah, why do you keep doing that? Alright, it's true. I wound up smack down in the middle of a murder scene, only by accident. And that's all you're getting out of me.
Won't be no scoop left otherwise. The murder Miss Hart witnessed. It must be the same murder we ourselves have been investigating. That should prove the very valuable to be a very valuable piece of information we need indeed. Bleh. I think I've been talking too long. I'm gonna stop shooting after this part of the game's over. Perhaps we should finish up by confirming the credibility of our claim. I have her on the back foot now. Time to finish this. Oh god. You said you wound up in the middle of the murder scene. Is that really true?
You call me a liar now? Hooey, now I'm mad. Real mad.
Go ahead, stay mad.
I'm a journalist. How am I gonna tell stories if folks can't trust that I'm telling the truth? I got me a motto, you know. Faster than anybody, honester than everybody.
A motto, huh? That could be an important clue. I should bear it in mind. I need you to describe the murder in detail. It's vitally important.
Wish I could help y'all, but I don't have to recall the whole bunch. Ain't much I could tell you. Sorry. I mean, look at me. Ain't even getting my facts straight half the time.
Time to deploy my clue. I can't imagine that being so vague on the facts is a trait valued among journalists. Surely accuracy and honesty are as necessary when reporting on a story.
Well, see...
It seems your so-called information is not credible after all.
Look, there was a murder, and I was there. I can even prove it.
You can prove it, can you? How?
I got it right. Wait, you heard that? I was just talking to myself. Don't think nothing of it.
She's still hiding something. This is a very vital clue. I'll need to use it to maximum effect. Okay, so I'm glad I'm getting this right now. Be honest, Miss Hart. I know there's something you're still not telling me.
Ain't nothing left to tell, dang it. Done spilled my guts already.
Time to deploy my clue. I'm gonna throw a queen at your queen myself. I know you've been keeping something. I know you've been keeping something from me, and that something is proof. Proof related to the murder you witnessed. Proof sound enough to form the basis of a story you're hoping to sell.
Dang it all the heck. Give me a break, will ya? I'll come clean, okay? That's what you want right here. I done snapped me a photo. Happy now? You better be.
And that's checkmate. Give me my health bar back. I'm gonna need it.
Can't believe I let that happen. Betrayed by my own big mouth.
Well, it happened, so it's time to tell us everything.
I saw the whole thing. Watched that auction from start to finish. But you didn't just watch it, right? You took pictures, too. Yeah, about that. So like I said, I was spying on the whole thing right from the get-go. There was all shouting out biz, and then somebody wins something, and bam! Down comes the hammer. Head up on stairs to pay, shouts in the old ringleader, and then the whole thing starts over again. Anyhow, as soon as that happened, I had to think quick. That's when I ran behind the statue and hid.
Who was it that eventually appeared?
Didn't see nothing, but I heard something that made me pretty sure it was whoever placed the winning bid. The sweet, sweet sound of cold hard cash.
I'm not sure I have any idea what that sounds like, but the sound of someone hunting bills, perhaps.
Anyhow, the deal was settled when your bills were up here. I heard two people yabbling for a while.
Wait, two people came up in the elevator.
You betcha. My guess is the other one was our friend, the ringleader. Anyway, yabba goes on for a little while, and then, a scream! And now that shook me up pretty good, so I had to go down my hiding place and try to stay out of sight.
So you didn't see the moment of the murder?
Nah, but I heard it real good. You didn't try to help her? Was being attacked? Quit trying to be funny, girlie. I don't see you none. I'm just a daily little journalist all on a lonesome. You think I was fixing to jump in and save the day?
Dainty.
Anyhow, then there was a bunch of rustling sounds right about when it was happening. I got feeling pretty bad what I'd done. That makes sense, I guess. After all, I didn't remember to get my camera out and snap even a single picture.
It was just like, that's what you're worried about?
Scoops like that drops to my lap, and I miss it. So I damn my hide. Anyhow, then a little more time goes by, and there's this kind of clattering noise. I'm thinking gonna get the shot this time, and so I grab one real quick from the shadows there.
Could we see this photograph?
Do I have to?
Here. That's
the person in the red raincoat, the one who attacked Kay.
So Kay's raincoated assailant also attacked the victim here in the storeroom, then proceeded up the roof where they assaulted Kay. Done on the organizer. There's only one person in this picture. Where's the victim?
Weird, huh? I wondered the same thing. Heard two people, but there was only one in the shot that got. And I didn't see nobody nowhere else in the room either. But that's the killer, all right? At least the way I'm pretty sure it is.
So are we saying the victim disappeared? How did you know it was the killer just by looking?
Because they're literally red hand with blood. How else would I get there, huh? And the auction just carried on after that? Sure did. It just went along like nothing happened. Rich folks are crazier than a box of frogs. Never understand what they think.
Funny, I find journalists struggle to understand as well.
Miss Hart's statement dated jotted down the organizer.
So, do we have more logic we can use now?
Not entirely sure.
Well, I mean, I think it's the only thing I have, so let's try it. Bang, bang. And... yes! If the storm was the actual scene of the crime, then you'd expect the body to have been up here at some point as well.
Well, yeah. But think back to what Miss Hart told us about how the customers left the auction. Do you remember? Of course, they came up downstairs, back to the storeroom, and... oh, exactly. Killer would have had to hide the body in order to avoid this discovery. The question is, where did they hide it?
Emma, if you wouldn't mind putting your skills to work for me now.
I'd love to. You just have to say what you need, and I'll get right on it.
Very well. Then I'd like you to check for blood residue. A luminol test, in other words.
Sure thing. Prepare to witness the power of science.
I've never seen somebody's eyes actually sparkle with anticipation before.
Alright, how about we test the ladder over there first? Based on Mr. Hart's picture, I'd say the person in with the red raincoat was about to climb it and make their escape, which means it's a high chance of a positive result. Test theory, just press A. Now I'll spray a little luminol on it. And if that happens, land on spots and blood, and you'll see it'll react like this. It still feels super raw to see it just appear like that. Anyway, that's positive, but it's still faint. Spraying it a couple more times should be enough to really make it stand out. Yeah, that brought it out nicely. And made it feel that much more real. Anyway, I think you've got the gist of how to look for blood traces and that, right? I'm sure there's still some more to be found, so why don't you give it a try? And that's how it's done. Take a good look around and see if you can find some other places to test with the luminol. Just try the masks. Want me to test there? Sorry, it's a negative. Worth a shot. Want me to test there? Sorry, it's a negative. Aw. Let's try this now. Want me to test there? Oh, looks like we got something here. Oh, there we go. Mr. Edgeworth, blood!
But how could it have gotten there?
Maybe somebody put something with blood on it, and then maybe something with blood on it in there. Closed box blood. There are still places we haven't tested yet. Let's see what else we can find. Want to test there? Nope, it's a negative. Want to test there?
I'm doing everything one by one, I don't care. Nope, negative.
At least you're over here now. I guess that means we can try the elevator. Alright. Oh. We've got a positive. There's blood here. But how come?
Probably because this is where the murder was actually committed, I'd say.
Oh, looks like some of it dripped through the floor below, too. Elevator blood, jot down the organizer. I think that's all the blood there is to be found.
Alright, then that concludes this phase of our investigation.
And now, time for logic! Because clearly, that's... yeah.
Blood in the closed blocks. Blood in the closed blocks. Blocks. Blood in the closed box can only mean one thing: that is where the body was hidden. I'm certain of it.
And I wonder who won the box in the auction.
I haven't the foggiest. Still, it's a very helpful discovery.
Now just hold your horses there. There's no way the body could have been in there.
What do you mean?
Take a look at the box when I first got in here. Looked to be just about the perfect size for a little hiding good secret that needed rose. Maybe it would have been if I could have opened it. But it was wrapped in chains and locked up tight. And ain't no escape my biologist. No matter what happened just after I scooped it out. And can't nobody have but no body in there.
Wrapped in chains and locked up tight, you say? Well, that's odd, because it doesn't look to be wrapped in chains any longer.
Huh? Well, slam my hand and call me silly. Could have swore it was, though. Close box dated John down the organizer. I think we've examined all we can now. Great! Time to see what's written down below. Shaking a leg already, are we, Miles? Okie dokie. Hey, Game Meister! Yes, Mr. Fender? We're about ready to move out, so I want you to stick with me, okay? Can't have you getting lost. Of course, I'll be sure to stay close. When did those two start getting along so well? Investigation complete. All in the elevator. Alright, down we go. April 5th, 7:43 p.m. Committee for Prosecutor Excellence. Oh. Hey guys. This is awkward.
Mr. Edgeworth!
This room. This is the auction room? No, this is the committee chamber. Hey, hey. Way to drop right into my lap, Cape Faraday. You got real guts, I'll give you that.
Arrest him, man! Arrest her right now! Wait, but she's...
As for the rest of the riffraff, throw them out into the street where they belong. A lot of snappy pictures.
You can't do this! It's going way overboard! Yeah, what she said.
Miles, this isn't looking good, I gotta say. See how the blinding light just shines on me? Yeah.
Wait, did she just say gumshoe for the heck of it? What did I do?
You'll have to forgive me. I meant to hit a certain cowardly ex-prosecutor.
Wait, aim for him, you were aiming straight at me!
Something keeps getting in my way. Something.
Yeah!
Yeah. Right there. Francisco. So, what are you doing here, Mr. Ex-Prosecutor? I still believe Kay to be innocent. And we're supposed to care about what you believe? You don't gotta have the right to an opinion. I'm Francisco von Karma, and I have no intention of stopping here or now. But you just stop by giving up your badge. And so our game has already come to an end. My badge was an obstacle to proceeding along the road I've chosen. I haven't stopped, I simply cleared the way ahead. And now I'm free to follow that road, all the way to the truth. So don't you think for a second that my conviction has changed. I may be as dedicated as I ever was. You seem to think you know what lies at the end of this road to the truth. In that case, I demand that you show me. I'll explain my current theory first, and if your road fails to lead anywhere, my whip will happily guide it. And we're up against Francisca now. This is a long segment. The victim used a key card and entered this chamber with a killer. She was then stabbed with the candelabrum by the culprit and subsequently died as a result. We know that the identity of the murderer thanks to the letters she exchanged with the victim. And we know that the location of the murder is here in the committee's trial chamber. The blood on the floor of this room proves my theory. Game set to match Miles Edgeworth QED. Okay, well, I know how to present stuff. She seemed pretty confident, huh? She doesn't lack the courage of her convictions, that's for certain. And I gotta say, I could dig that vibe. I could give it a whole notch. Yeah. Pathetic. Now, Miles Edgeworth, do you think you could bring my case crashing down around my ears? If you really have found the road to the truth, perhaps you should be so kind as to point me toward it. I'll be very happy to. Settle in, Francisca. I'm about to pave that road with the incontrovertible evidence. Wait, it's gonna be the elevator blood. Hang on. Just gonna pass right through here. Pass this statement to... Okay, here we go. Sorry, Francisca, but that is not entirely... We have 3 pages. We have 3 pages of evidence. Wow, not entirely true. Really? That's okay. What am I saying if you don't wish to feel the sting of my whip? Don't show me every meaningless item you happen to carry in your pockets. At least I'm not giving you meaningless warnings. Scientifically speaking, that whip looks like it was made to inflict the maximum amount of pain possible. Well, unscientifically speaking, I can tell you that it hurts a lot. And I guess you'll just have to try your best to avoid getting hit, huh? Wow, I thought for sure that was gonna be it. Oh, wait. Oh. Wrong statement, right evidence. So I had the right evidence, just the wrong statement. If I remember correctly, the blood discovered in this room was located at the floor of the Goddess of Justice statue. Murder under the gaze of the divine. A brazen act, even for a cold-blooded killer. Except that may not be true at all. Take a look at this, if you would. There's a blood stain discovered in the storeroom directly above the committee chamber. As you can see, the blood we found looks to have dripped through the room below. And the elevator dripped down from descends directly to the foot of the statue. Ah, you notice. Then you will agree that the murder cannot in fact have happened in this room. I put to you that the victim was killed in the room above. Only afterwards was she moved down here. The Goddess of Justice did not witness a murder. She witnessed the killer trying to cover their tracks. Why is she smiling? Sorry, I was just thinking back to a very similar situation. Well done, Miles Edgeworth. You're proving yourself to be even more foolish than I thought.
Mr. Edgeworth was anything but a fool, sir, and you know it. You!
He is always a fool to me now that he was giving up his badge. Have you forgotten the picture you just showed me? You're really that airheaded. Even a cursory glance shows that there was far more blood here in the committee chamber than upstairs.
Ouch. We're gonna ignore it again. We're gonna get some blood. No, dude!
You're trying to tell me that all of that blood dripped down from below, Miles Edgeworth? If I'd had your storeroom stain would be 10 times as big. I say the murder happened down here. There's no way it could have happened anywhere else.
As insightful as ever, Francisca, but you played right into my hands.
How so?
You are correct. There is far less blood upstairs than one would expect. The question is, why?
A trifling detail in the face of my previous explanation.
Alas, your explanation doesn't account for why there was blood in the storeroom in the first place. Surely you don't think that some spatter managed to shoot us up all the way up there, do you?
Whoa, some crazy fountain of blood? No way!
No way indeed. It's completely impossible.
So how about this?
What if this explains the difference between the amounts of blood observed? There was far more blood in the committee chamber than in the storeroom above because... the victim died of 3 stab wounds, wounds that would have bled profusely.
Exactly, it's proven by the amount of blood we found on the floor of this room. But that doesn't make any sense. Now she was stabbed in the storeroom, you said there wasn't that much blood up there, right?
Yeah!
Silence, you hot big hat brain rookie! Hey, your brain is a little...
A stab wound bleeds heaviest in one particular point in time.
Oh, I know, when the weapon is removed, right?
Precisely. I believe the body was brought down to the committee chamber with the candelabrum still in his chest. And then, when it was finally removed, created the difference in the amount of blood we received between the 2 locations.
But why? What was the killer trying to do?
I imagine they were trying to give the impression that the murder happened down here. As we know, Mr. Ringo's key card was used late last night. Just by the time listed in the record, I'd hazard a guess that was used by the killer when they entered the room to create their elaborate setup.
But why would they have needed to do all this in the first place?
Perhaps because the person with her face to hide would feel the storeroom being found in the investigation. Even if they were involved in the underground auction, they couldn't afford to have their dirty secret exposed.
Alright. Got that. Underground auction?
You should take a look at the storeroom for yourself. The items up there tell quite a story. One that should more than explain what was going on here last night.
It's almost endearing, Miles Edgeworth. How desperately you want to protect your friend.
There's something just beneath the surface of this case. Something bigger than all of us. In case only crime was to have the bad fortune to fall right in the middle of it.
It's quite the hyperbolic claim, Miles Edgeworth.
Hyperbolic? Me? Surely you're the one making a mountain of my perfectly reasonable molehill. You're working with Interpol and international cases, so why are you investigating a domestic murder? I'll tell you why. Because this case has something to do with the smuggling ring you've been chasing. You follow the trail of items being smuggled by the ring and round up here. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me that something I sense isn't related to any of this.
I'm very happy to learn that you're giving up your badge to completely relieve you of your senses.
This hasn't been that, it hasn't been that long, has it?
Scooby told me about the circumstances that are up to that, by the way.
Yeah, I did. Sorry, sir. I just thought I might help you know. You did the right thing, detective. Oh. So am I right, Francisca?
Is this incident part of the broader case you're working? Was the underground auction already on Interpol's radar? Wouldn't you like to know? But you don't need to. So you won't. Then you knew, didn't you, that the auction was being held here in this chamber? Hey, you don't mind if I butt in for a sec? Your victim over there, the lady in white. You! Hey, look how finished, will you? No good butting a pain to know what. Ouch! Well, this leper sure ain't changed her spots. She recognizes a lot, alright. Your testimony is not required, neither is your presence. What do you mean? I'm a journalist. You get... Ow! You're a liar is what you are. You lied under oath that one time. Seems like Miss Fonkawa is not too fond of Miss Hart, huh? I don't think she's her biggest fan, no. Where'd she go? Ringer, right? She was a member of this here committee. Well, she dressed exactly like the ringleader of that secret auction. Nah! Stop it! Stop with me, dang it! What does it mean, this interruption? Miles never explained. Miss Hart, you help us out by describing how the auctioneer was dressed. And it seems they're wearing the exact same outfit as the victim, Miss Rosie Ringer. Well, that's what I mean. The victim was also the ringleader? Now, how about we just calm this down? It seems I have some new information to consider. It's true that I came in to investigate the underground auction, and to arrest its head of operations, the auctioneer. But if Miss Hart was to be believed, the ringleader is dead. I guess that means your journey here today was wasted. I suppose it does. Nonetheless, I, Francisco Valcomon, I refuse to leave empty-handed. Time for a rematch, Miles Edgeworth. Fine by me. But you may find that your whip will go sorely underused this round. Francisco's latest theory. Fine, I'll accept your explanation. That will make the story my actual scene of the crime, yes? In which case, the murderer is someone connected to the auction. And if the photographer is to be believed, the victim was the auctioneer, and the culprit was an attendee. The killer later waits for the victim in the storeroom where the exchange of the illicit goods was to take place. Then they stabbed the victim in the chest with a piece of merchandise, the candelabrum. There, those are about to sum it up, because I won't be accepting rebuttals. I'm afraid you might have to. There is a serious hole in your testimony. There is? I didn't spot anything. Good thing you're the one in charge, Mr. Edgeworth. Alright then, time to fight back. You have to win this for us. And I will. Time to take Francisco's testimony to task. So, hinting again that I have to present something and not press. If I accept your little explanation, that would make... Michigan murder was someone connected to the auction. And the photographers believe the victim was the auctioneer and the culprit was an attendee. If the killer lay in wait for the victim... Nope, that's not right. The killer did not lay in wait. They were one of the... They were... Hang on, there has to be something. Oh wait, Lotta's testimony. Nope. Okay. Maybe I should press stuff. Don't show me everything. It's the same thing as before. Yep. Okay. Well, inside truth speaking, I can tell you that was hurts a lot. At least she doesn't take away half her HP. Press that just in case. How exactly did they manage that, may I ask? Miss Hart was in the storeroom too, remember? Yes, certainly someplace. And if you've seen the storeroom yourself, you'll know that there are plenty of other places to hide too. So you think the killer was hiding out of sight while they awaited the victim's arrival? I believe we can reasonably assume that the murder took place after the auction concluded. After all, the victim was the auctioneer herself. She would surely have needed to be present throughout the proceedings. She thinks it happened afterward. Would you mind adding that statement to your testimony, Francisca? There we go. Now I present Lotta's testimony. I jumped the gun a bit there. Seems you're one step behind yet again, Francisca. How so? The auctioneer was not in fact the victim, and I can prove it. This is the statement Miss Hart gave us. But if she made it, that's not what the air she used to say it. I done told you, I'm a journalist, dang damn it, my word is ouch! Did I ask you to open your mouth? Help me, ouch! Yeah. Objection! Don't need... Calm down and listen for a second, Francisca. Miss Hart witnessed at least some of the events surrounding the murder, and she confirmed that the auction continued even after the murder had occurred. I bet it did, but it might not like nothing had happened at all. How would that have been possible without an auctioneer, It wouldn't. So you see, the victim couldn't have been the auctioneer. She was one of the attendees. No! As I've been saying since the start, there's no way Kate can be the murderer, because she had been pushed down the hatch by her assailant and knocked unconscious by that time. So then, who was the victim really? Right, well, in the action carried on after that murder, the victim must not have been the auctioneer, but an attendee. That's enough. I know that sound all too well. I join the ever-growing party of people here. Man, we have a lot of people on screen, it seems. Everyone in the courtroom, all rise to the chairman. How many people do you have in total? Like, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's like 10 people. There's 10 people here in total. This is crazy. Oh, don't you feel that pomp and circumstance, Verity? Please, everyone, feel free to call me Celsius. Yes, that'll do nicely. Alright, Celsius, what are you doing here? Oh, I just stopped by to see my boneheaded boy was getting... boneheaded boy was getting along. They say there are all sorts of families, but I'm not sure these two are what they meant. I thought I might need to light a fire under this investigation, but it seems not. The suspect everyone's searching high and low for is right back where we started. Men, detain the suspect immediately. Wait, Miss Verde is innocent. Shut your meddling mouth. You're becoming something of a problem, Miles, boy. Miles, boy. I thought I told you. The committee wants the matter cleared up as soon as possible. It's a matter of trust. We can't have the organization be seen to drag its feet. It's bad for us, and it's bad for me too, personally. So it must be my age. Your unlawful investigation ends here. It will not be permitted to resume. In case you've forgotten, you are no longer a prosecutor. You have no authority here. And what's more, there's the matter of you aiding and abetting a suspect. She's right, of course. As always, you really are a godsend, Verity. Everything I do normally. If you wish to prosecute me for it, be my guest, but know this. We have uncovered a new suspect. This person here. Miss Verity was attacked by this person. You can stop right there, Mr. Edgeworth. The raincoat picture was discovered nearby a short while ago. The victim's blood was found in the hood, along with some cherry blossom petals. Cherry blossom petals? Like the ones on the roof? Yes, they always stuck the edges of the bloodstain. Probably due to the blood being fresh at the time. The results came back already, my boys. There's no mistaking it. The person in your picture is the victim, Miss Rosie Ringer. What? No, this completely undermines our entire case. All our assumptions were based on the person that ran raincoat being the killer. But if they were the victim instead, then he remains at the top of the suspect list. Miss Faraday, you have testified to have encountered a person in a red raincoat on the roof, correct? Yes, I did. We now know that the person was the murder victim. And you are the only person we know who came in contact with her. Since when you wound up dead, I think we all know how that encounter went. No, Kay was attacked by that person. She is the victim here, not the aggressor. As far as I recall, we have yet to see any evidence that proves she was attacked as you claim. And even if such proof existed, Miss Ringer could have simply been acting in self-defense. We can't just jump to conclusions like that. Kay is innocent. But I'm not. Okay? I'm not innocent. I don't want to believe it, but I remembered something. Hearing about the raincoat brought it back. It's just a flash, but I remember what I saw now. Right when it happened. The murderer, it was me. I remember looking down and the person in the red raincoat was on the ground. It was me, Mr. Edgeworth. It was me all along. I'm the murderer. No, you're not. You can't be. Then what am I? Why do I have a memory like that? They were on the floor in front of me. They were a pool of blood. Why was I just standing there? Why didn't I do something? I know why. It's because I was the killer. Ugh. This court recognizes the legitimacy of the accused's memories. What? But you said you didn't believe it like 5 minutes ago! I commend you on your bravery, Miss Faraday. It will not go unrewarded. Praise be the God's justice for many blessings. As an official representative of Interpol, I hereby request that the suspect be... We don't have time for this. We must arrest Kay Faraday this instant. How dare you take that tone with me? This is a gross overreach of authority. I demand you give us more time to investigate. You say my investigation is unlawful? What could be more unlawful than this? Unfortunately, you no longer speak for the law. Indeed, you don't. But I do. And while I can't help be moved by your dedication to your friend, I have to agree with Verity. Speaking of the law, it seems there is one other we must arrest. Ah, yes. I almost forgot. Miles. This is the one for your rest. I just burned it. You're free to go.
What are you talking about? Mr. Edgeworth was just doing his job. He didn't do anything wrong. He wasn't doing squat.
Which I mean to say, unfortunately, Miles is no longer serving in any kind of official capacity. You went too far this time, Mr. Edgeworth. You can conduct an unlawful investigation. Worse, you aided and abetted the flight of a suspect. You are no longer even an ex-prosecutor. You are a criminal, nothing more. Ugh. Oh, that reminds me. There was supposed to be a hearing today, wasn't there? Concerning your conduct, I'll make sure it's officially rescheduled for tomorrow. Although, you already know the outcome. Look at this as an opportunity to reflect on your actions, Miles. A chance to really think long and hard. Is there even a need for that hearing anymore, considering he gave up his badge? Ah, well. I guess it needs to be like a formality at this point. This court is adjourned. Well, I suppose that's it. I'm gonna stop here for today. So this is where we will start next. This is where we'll start next time, in the detention center. Yeah, I'll just do that real quick. So, I hope you all enjoy this stream. I don't want to be back, probably within the next couple days or so. But until then, I want to know when the next stream is up and running. Just be sure to follow me. You'll get a notification when the new stream is up. I do also have new emotes for followers, and as well as the sub emote. I'm working to get more emotes drawn and put up on the channel. We'll see how it goes. So until then, I will see you all next time. Another stream of Instant Investigations 2. Goodbye.